Hey, Ian,
What?
I hate to say it, but I agree with Ted Cruz that the military is too woke and that no other countries are going to fear America anymore because their military and their CIA wants actually like to appeal to diverse hiring. And that's bad because being woke is bad
Yeah.
somehow. Yeah, we want our
Look,
military to make other countries fear us, and that's the point of being a country. Actually, it turns out.
yeah. That's why Ted Cruz is so upset that they're changing the name of the CIA to the LGBT CIA plus. I think that's not even my joke. I think I saw Hassan say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, listen. All right. We
Bro,
still want people.
before I waterboard you, what's your pronouns?
Yeah. We
And do
still
you know the
want people
pronouns
to
of
to
Hassan? I
overthrow.
mean, Saddam.
We still want people to overthrow the democratically elected leaders of other countries, but we want them to do it while knowing that they're racially accepted within the CIA.
Yes. Sure, I
See,
don't know.
the CIA, we're not racist. We're just xenophobic.
The CIA, we're not racist. We just assassinated. Actually, wait, that was. I think that. No, it was the CIA who assassinated. We're not racist. We just assassinated a black man in the '60s.
Which one?
All of them.
Yeah, that's fair. I was like, they didn't get MLK. That was somebody else. But the FBI did write MLK later letters to try to kill himself.
Oh yeah. Well, didn't the FBI also pretty much take the credit as well?
Well, FBI actually did most of that stuff because FBI works within the country, CIA works without.
Yeah.
FBI also did the COINTELPRO.
The what?
Shout out. COINTELPRO.
I don't know what that is.
That's the thing where they sent people to infiltrate groups that were fighting against racism to try to coerce those groups to do attacks so the FBI could arrest them all.
It's a good plan. I think
That's
it's really
great. They
smart.
actually managed to arrest like all the Black Panthers and shit. And that's really good for
They
society.
broke into
actually.
Wakanda.
It's really good for society that the people who were like, hey, if cops try to pull over black people, we will hold guns and read exactly what the letter of the law is so that if they break it in front of us, we will shoot them.
Did you see the bullshit ransomware thing that happened to Oklahoma?
No, what happened?
Specifically Tulsa. I saw this through a guy I follow who lives in Oklahoma who fucking hates Oklahoma, where there was a ransomware attack they had, and you know what that means. It means some old man on opened his personal email on a government server and saw big boob sluts in your area looking for cop dick, and he was like, "Yes, please," and then pressed it,
Yeah.
and then they got ransomware and all that, and then they said, "Oh, it's going to affect dash cams and body cams for a while now because of what we had to do to fix it."
Oh,
How? How would that affect them?
are we live streaming those things? I thought we were just recording them like a normal camera.
I thought they saved to a normal hard drive or a normal like chip or
Memory.
drive.
Yeah, an SD card.
An internal storage, as you will.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they have to go at all times be connected to a server that they live stream to that, the liberal woke agenda is constantly watching.
Yeah, dude.
And that's
Wouldn't
why
it be-
that's
wouldn't
why
it be-
only one cop has been convicted of what he did.
Wouldn't it be like completely poor security and like totally easy to hack if your dash cams and your body cams were all being live streamed to storage within the same city?
Yes.
Yeah, wouldn't that be like truly like not secure?
Also, it's like, let's say a cop did do something bad, and it's like, oh no, we just have to get to the server now to pull the footage, instead of pulling it off of like the internal like drive.
Yeah.
If that cop was a super hacker, like a super movie hacker, he'd be like, oh no,
Yeah,
physical bits, and then
He'd be
he
like,
would
"I
pull
gotta
it
get
off
to-"
the air and be like, "Oh, sorry, the 30 minutes where you said I murdered and raped a bunch of people doesn't exist anymore, so therefore I've no longer done it."
Yeah, I've got to get back to... That's the movie. The movie is, I've got to get back to the police station before the upload finishes so I can delete my body cam footage.
It's like when you like skipped a period in high school and you're like hanging out next to the phone in the house, or you stealthily walk away with your mom's cell phone.
That's funny.
That's what I did all the time. Is I
she
would
has
just like
she has to miss the call.
it would automatically call at like 6:30. So at like 6:15, which is around when my mom would always make dinner anyways, I would just come and like talk to her in the kitchen, and she would never have her phone near her, like on her. It would always be on the table across the room. So I would just pick it up and walk away with it. And then I'd just pick it up and be like, "Yep." And then just hang up.
Mm-hmm. That's no problem.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe my son skipped for the 8th day in a row.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shout out to all them kids out there. You should probably still go to school.
Yeah. Don't be like me.
Look at
Go
Ian.
fall asleep in class.
Just kidding. Ian's great. He's learned a lot these last few years.
I learned a lot of regret.
Yeah. We got him to... I was so proud when I finally got him to start reading.
What? I don't read.
No, but I taught you to.
I'm just looking at the way the funny, like, I can't. What are these things called? Letters? Is that what they are? I just like how they kind of like go together. I don't know what they mean.
Ian used to use that feature on your phone where you send voice text messages. Where it's just
I know how to type.
A recording of your voice.
I know how to type and send words. I just don't know how to read.
Yeah, now you do. Now you know how to type.
I would get them to read it out to me.
We're lucky the government didn't realize that I wrote your GED papers for you.
GED papers? Oh, like my degree?
When you got your GED.
GED.
Yeah, like your high school. Isn't that what it's called, or is that America?
I think GED is the thing you get when you don't finish high school. It's like an alternative thing.
Yeah, that's what you got because you...
No, I got a normal one.
I thought that's what you got. Okay.
No, I have like my normal high school diploma. I think the thing is, yeah, it's you take like a test to show that you are like you do know high school stuff. Where I just actually got all my credits and all that.
Oh, okay. So you did a longer process. There we go. See, we killed the bit because I didn't know the exact thing Ian got.
Yeah.
I remember driving you to the like I think your final or whatever though.
Yeah, I think I like woke up and I was like, shit. It was
was before you had your car.
Oh, it was way before.
Yeah. This is like 5 years ago or so, right?
No, it was longer than that. It's like 7
Really?
years ago. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was like 19.
I must have just barely known you, dude.
Yeah, I think I was like, I called you and I'm like, hey man, I need a favor, and you're like, okay, sure.
Yo, that means that was back when I had my old car, the one
yeah.
that's R.I.P.
I know you've definitely had your current car longer than you've had your old car, but it feels like your current car has been like only around for a year or two, and like the white Lancer I was in like a month ago.
That's so funny. Yeah, because I had my white Lancer. I got that when I was still in high school because we got a great deal on it. And so I got that, when I was like 17. And then when I was 20 was when I got in that accident because it's 2015.
Yeah.
So I've had that.
Did you also get in an accident while I was across Canada? Because I feel like just a lot of people hurt themselves while I was away.
No, I think you were here. I think you were here when that happened.
Because I was, I just remember right before I went, we were in like Seattle, and I got a call from my sister, and I got a call and I ignored it, and she and I was like, I'm in America. It'll cost me like $2 a minute to be on the phone. Can you just text me? And she's like, Mom got in an accident and broke her arm. And I'm like, shit.
Oh shit! I do remember that. No, I don't. I think you went for your trip, like in the summer, wasn't it? Like it was like June-ish, right? That year.
It was like June. No, it was July because we went around because Blake's birthday is in July.
So my car accident happened in April, and I remember because I was driving home from an exam.
Yeah.
On the highway, and I got in my car accident, and I shit you not, the next day I had to drive all the way back there.
Oh.
And that's the reason why I didn't get scared of driving. I was scared like the day after. Like we got a rental car. It was like a Mazda 3, like a new one at the time, which was really cool. Insurance paid for it. Dude, it was so funny. So I had just gotten new brakes on that car. Yeah. And so like I had the receipt. So then like I gave that receipt to the insurance and they paid that back to us too. But on that receipt, at the same time I had gotten an oil change, and they didn't realize they paid for the oil change too.
Nice.
And they paid for my rental car, so I was balling out in a Mazda 3. And I literally drove all the way to my school and back on the same highway that I crashed on the next fucking day. Oh, it was harrowing.
Yeah.
That was like the worst, but it's so funny because like I don't even remember it because like my brain was on fire at the time.
One of my friends,
but the panicked the panicked 403 thing I remember, the panic on the highway that I remember coming back from school is I got a nosebleed in my car on the way back from school once.
Oh.
And that's really traumatic in the way that I remember every moment of it. It's just funny to me because that was like I had no tissues. Now if you notice, like in my car I always have like a bunch of napkins and tissues in the fucking glove box, because that time I only had receipts in my cup holder and I was trying to fix my fucking nosebleed with receipts up to my nose. It hurts so bad. Oh,
I keep coming across Heathcliff comics on my Facebook page timeline, and it's because one of my friends keeps showing up in the comments going like, why is this funny? Or like, why this one, it's like there's like the moon in this, and there's the moon's up, there's like a black part, but then it's all blue as well, and he just was like, why is the sky only half night? Am I seeing that wrong?
Heathcliff comics are so fucking weird now.
Yeah, they're like not even good. They're garbage.
Heathcliff though, I would say the thing with Heathcliff is that Heathcliff is a punk and Garfield is not.
Garfield is like a crust punk.
No. Heathcliff
sits
says
around and talks about
first
how
of all,
everything's awful.
Heathcliff says ACAB.
Why do you say that?
Because he hates the police and commits lots of crimes.
Oh, okay. According to who?
According to the Heathcliff comics.
Okay.
Dude, that's a thing. The Heathcliff hates the police.
I don't believe you.
Because his dad's a criminal who's in jail.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, not his owner, like his father. His cat father is in jail. And Heathcliff fucks.
Garfield doesn't fuck.
Garfield couldn't fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Garfield can't.
Like, Garfield couldn't get it up if he tried.
Yeah.
And they don't make cat Viagra. If you're a human and you can't get it up, there's nothing wrong with you. But if you're a cat, there is. Shout out to our listeners who have ED. Anyway, welcome to the Media Hole Podcast.
Yeah.
This is a weekly podcast in which me and my co-host Ian like to talk about news and entertainment and nerd culture and comic books and fucking video games and all that shit. You've heard this kind of podcast before. It's a fucking podcast where we talk about shit. It's gonna be about 2 hours. You know what you're in for. We're 15 minutes in already. It's gonna be like what we did before, but I don't know, less focused. More focused?
a
Whatever.
little more focused, and then until we get to the weeks, and then it becomes less focused because whatever.
Yeah. So, let's. With that being said, do you want to get into the news?
Yeah.
Okay. Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway got delayed again.
I can't believe
Due to
the
COVID.
Mobile Suit Gundam they were making of Anne Hathaway.
No, it's Hathaway's Flash. It's about Bright Noah's son.
Okay, so it is an animated thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's about Bright Noah's son. He's like doing terrorism, I think. I don't know. He
Now-
shoots a guy on a plane.
Just is. What is his name? Quattro Bagina?
Quattro Vagina is Char Aznable's name.
Okay.
Fake name, yeah.
Do they have anything to do in this?
No. So Quattro Vagina. Have you seen in the fighting game? It's like literally Quattro Vagina.
Well, because it's spelled like that, isn't it?
Well, it's no, because it's okay. The official English name is Quattro Vagina, but if you noticed, Vagina is how a Japanese person would say the word vagina.
Probably.
Like that's just vagina,
Yeah.
right? Or whatever. That's not racist. That's just how the accent is. I don't hate the Japanese. They're chill or whatever. I don't know.
I was listening to this fucking movie podcast this week, and they it was How Did This Get Made?
Yeah.
And they were making fun of TMNT 2, Secret of the Use.
Yeah.
And God, that episode is amazing.
Secret of the Use is fun.
That was a fun movie. They're right about it being bad, but
It's
I
not
was
as
such
good
a-
as the first one, but
But I was like, I was such a child, and it's like the first one I actually watched.
yeah.
So like I would just remember it fondly, and I'm like, yeah, go ninja, go! It's so sick. But then I'm not. But like really, I'm like, this movie
Can
actually.
you
does
believe
suck.
that Vanilla Ice at that concert, the Ninja Turtles show up, and then he just fucking improvs that entire song?
Yeah, but here's the thing:
So much talent.
Vanilla Ice famously ripped off Another One Bites the Dust.
No.
Which one?
It's
Ice Ice Baby ripped off.
Yeah. Ding 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 da ding ding. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 da ding ding.
I can't remember what song.
Ding. Under Pressure.
Under Pressure. See, isn't Freddie Mercury in that song?
Yeah, it's Freddie Mercury and
David Bowie.
David Bowie. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, so he famously ripped that off. The Go Ninja Go,
Is not
Is-
ripped off,
it is.
isn't it? Really?
The chant that at New York Knicks games used to be Go New York, go.
Well, then that's not ripped off. That's a clear homage.
Yeah, whatever. He's a villain. Not really. He's probably a fine guy.
Go Ninja, go Ninja. I don't
But
know.
also they
I
just-
bet you that Vanilla Ice is like kind of an asshole.
They were making fun of just like how like Splinter and Shredder just have like the most comically racist Asian voices, but are played by white people. Or no, the guy who did
Is
the
it?
voice of Splinter was the guy who did the voice of Elmo. You know, the pedophile.
Oh. I made the funny.
Also, there's a fucking part.
In the CG TMNT movie, it's Mako. It's the guy who voiced Uncle Ira.
Like like actually Mako.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what the fuck was it? They just started making jokes, but in the like racist voices.
Yeah.
But they were just like antagonizing the audience the whole time. It's like at one point they do like the voice,
Yeah.
and then the audience isn't feeling it, and then one of the co-hosts just says like, "Hey, just fucking make a joke about 9/11. That really puts them against you if you want to just have a hard reset." They made like a ton of like 9/11 jokes
Damn.
because it was filmed live in New York.
Uh,
Yeah,
live in New York.
it's Saturday night. Yeah. So
That was last week that we talked about SNL.
Yeah.
This week we have nothing to say because it was Brie Larson, and since she's a woman, we don't talk about her.
And also, she's not very funny.
I think Brie Larson's funny. I think SNL's not funny.
Also, wasn't it Keegan-Michael Key as well the week before?
Yeah, probably something like that.
I think Brie Larson's hosting tonight, actually. I think Keegan...
Oh. I thought it was Brie Larson last week because I saw something on TikTok where she was doing like a Nicki Minaj song as like a 50s singer was a bit that she did. Because she was a singer when she was like younger or whatever.
Oh, okay. This is fun. It's the season finale tonight, actually. And it's going to be hosted by Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, I love her.
And then the musical guest is Lil Nas X.
Ooh. Hey, look, they're both great, and neither of them is Elon Musk.
Yeah, but I didn't actually see any of the stuff. Like, that's how you can tell it was mediocre last week or 2 weeks ago, is that I didn't see anything for, like, Keegan-Michael Key's time on there.
Yeah, well, no, I think Saturday that just passed, which is the day that we talked about Elon, that day after we recorded it was Brie Larson. 2 weeks ago it was Elon. Then I think 3 weeks ago it was Keegan.
Yeah. But
that fucking thumbnail last week I thought was so funny.
Mistakes into Miracles.
Mistakes into Miracles. If you haven't seen it, I photoshopped. I barely put any effort in. I just I mistakes into Miracles, that famous image where it's 9/11, Sonic, and then Fidel with a big pregnant belly with like a...
It's Pan.
Oh, it's Pan.
Yeah.
Pan with a big pregnant stomach with like a baby in there. And I changed the baby to the Dogecoin logo, and I changed Pan's face into Wario Elon's face.
Did you hear? Have you seen all like the stuff around John Mulaney right now?
Yeah, he just got out of rehab for cocaine, and then he divorced his wife and is dating Olivia Munn.
Yeah, and also it's alleged that he cheated on his wife with Olivia Munn. But people on TikTok are going like, no, I can't believe John Mulaney did a totally normal thing.
Well, we don't know if he cheated on her. That's like
well, I'm not. Okay, one second. I'm not saying cheating is the totally normal part.
But like divorcing somebody, especially after you've left rehab and you want a fresh start, absolutely normal.
Yeah. Maybe he probably started doing cocaine again because he wasn't happy or something. So,
or even the relationship was fine, but he just wants a fresh start after getting out of rehab. That's a common thing. A lot of people will break up with their spouses.
Fucking Chris Rock, though, is saying, like, hire my guy for your divorce. I don't know why. I guess this is going to be a messy breakup for John, but he doesn't have that much money. Like, John Mulaney's famous. He's done some shows, but he doesn't have that much money.
I don't know. Maybe he does.
Yeah.
He had that terrible TV show, you remember?
Which one?
Mulaney.
Oh, yeah. That was in 2013.
Yeah, and it was ass. And that's why I didn't watch any of his stand-up, because that show was ass.
Oh, that show was so bad, you were like, I can't do it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's not funny.
And then you were wrong.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care that much for his stand-up. I think he's, like, pretty funny. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I liked him as Spider-Ham. That was nice.
He did like a comedy duo thing with Nick Kroll. He does.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Do you know the original thing for that was?
What?
It was that I think they do it a bit in Oh, Hello, but it was him and Nick Kroll would go on Comedy Bang Bang, and like they would do this sketch, like it was two old men prank show called Too Much Tuna, and the whole bit was that they would have guests on, and someone would just bring out like a meal for them to have, and it was a disgusting amount of tuna on a plate, and it was them sitting there just like laughing, but like be in the bit of like these two old men doing something not funny and thinking it's hilarious.
That's funny.
but then it got to be fucking hilarious because it was always like the guest would be there, and it, like most of the time, like they didn't know what was gonna happen. They were just like, "That's tuna," and then Nick Kroll through laughing and like his old man voice, he'd be like, "Yeah, it's almost like it's too much tuna, huh?"
Yeah. I thought they did those characters first on Kroll Show or whatever.
No, those characters were on Comedy Bang Bang first, because I remember when I started listening to Comedy Bang Bang back in the day, it was called Comedy Death Ray, and Nick Kroll and John Mulaney back then, like when they were both really small, would show up and do those characters.
You know, Nick Kroll's dad's like a fucking billionaire or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Jules Kroll, founder of Kroll Bond Rating Agency and K2 Intelligence. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
And he was Nick Kroll doesn't have to ever work again.
Yeah.
Because his dad sold the company in 2004 for 1.9 billion.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, I guess, is get these fucking, nepotists fucking out of showbiz, baby. Come on. No, but I like Nick Kroll. I'm just saying, like,
I think people, there's like a weird hate Nick Kroll gets.
I think he's fine. I don't he's not my fave.
I think the problem is that he's just like he's one of those guys, he's a character actor, like he just plays the same character and everything.
Yeah. He plays the dickhead.
Yeah.
Everything.
And he looks like an asshole. He looks like a rich asshole, and guess what? That's what he is.
He's my second least favorite of the main characters of the League.
Who's your least favorite?
The guy who said he was 9/11.
Oh, Steven Renazizi.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite though?
It was obviously John LeJoie.
Okay, yeah.
Of the main guys, and I know what you're saying. Nathan,
where would you put Mark Duplass?
Probably second.
Second, I would put Paul Scheer second.
Oh, well, Paul. Oh, right. Paul Scheer's one of the mains. No, I would say. Okay, I would say Paul Scheer is probably third for me. And then Nick Kroll, and then 9/11 guy.
Well, in the future as well, like of the show, eventually Jason Mantzoukas, like Raffi, becomes
one of the mains.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm talking about like the original, because I only saw the first 2 or 3 seasons. I didn't watch the entire show.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back and watch it again. It's been so long. Yeah,
I like. The thing I constantly quote is from Mantzoukas, though, where it's. Me and Davis used to just like repeat this joke all over to each other all the time, but it was like just go between my legs.
Oh yeah,
just
another
like
good one.
But the part I love about that me and Davis would always crack up before he could finish was, come on, just like college. You never went to college. Why do you keep reminding me?
I just remember there was one joke. Where it's like in one of his first episodes he's in, where they're trying to like bring him in. He's hanging out with like Paul Scheer and Mark Duplass's character, and he's like supposed to be their DD, but he's like taking a massive amount of shots. And he's just like, bro, what are you doing? You're the DD. He's like, no, it's cool. About 45 minutes before we leave, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna shit all the booze out, and then I'll be stone sober. Jason Mantzoukas plays the same
funny
character and everything, and I love him every time.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
That show was really funny.
The League?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because I remember it being about something I could not give a shit about.
Like, who gives a fuck about fantasy football? But then, like
who gives a fuck about football?
Yeah.
Let alone fantasy football.
But then it was like, never mind, look at these guys, they're hilarious.
It's like so funny, yeah.
I think there was also like a misogyny part of the show that was just
entertaining. Yeah, absolutely.
Like they didn't want to let whatever, Steve Rannazzini's like his wife,
and even though like she's like way smarter than him,
she was
about
way
it.
smarter, but they were, I think their original reason is like, oh, we had like a good, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had like 5 people in, and they were like, we don't want to put any more. But Jean Lajoie is over there the whole time going like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like he would just make trades without thinking, but he would still win.
Yeah, Taco. That's his
Yeah.
character's name. Oh yeah, I use my vast array of Eskimo brothers to get anything.
I love that one. That
That's so
joke is
good.
so funny.
I like having sex in a Prius because it's like you're having sex, but also you're saving the environment. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Ugh. And they had him do all his goofy songs and stuff.
Yeah. He really doesn't, like, John LaJoie, whatever, does not do anything. Like, he doesn't really work.
Yeah, I don't know. He was like big for a bit, but
He wrote in 2019, LaJoie wrote several songs for Warner Brothers' The Lego Movie too.
oh, the Lego
Including-
movie nobody watched.
Yeah, and well, it's still like that's a pretty big get.
Yeah, that is.
Considering like his music that he wrote before was just like, whatever. It's all
Well, I mean,
comedy.
like they had the Lonely Island on the first one.
Yeah, so it is like a
Awesome.
downgrade in a way, but
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so anyways, that's that wasn't part of the news at all. Just But you
And
know
I'm
what is part of the
dangerous, like a fire in a nursing home.
news? I don't give a chainsaw. You know what is dangerous as well though?
Yeah.
Media conglomerates overreaching.
Yes.
Because last week, IGN posted an article about donating money to children who are being murdered by the Israeli government. And
Yes.
the people in upper management, which was, I can't remember the other one, but one of them is called Ziff Davis Media, pulled the
there's
article.
A few different companies, a couple companies that own IGN, pulled the article and replaced it with some fucking horse shit.
It was a tone-deaf, like, screenshot of someone's notes app going like, whoa, 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 we ain't gonna pick a side here. When obviously one of the sides is very wrong.
Yeah, and what's the really sad part is they made it look like it was a decision coming down from editorial, which makes editorial look like assholes. But
Yeah.
it wasn't. All the fine people in editorial that do writing on that had collabed to do the great article about charities.
Yeah. And they also did it in the middle of the weekend on like the Saturday, like at midnight.
Yeah,
So,
they did
like,
it right
Sunday
after we were
night.
like, good for IGN and
It's really
Game
cool if
Informer
they did that article,
or whatever
yeah.
it was.
GameSpot.
GameSpot, yeah. GameSpot.
Yeah.
And then like our episode releases on Monday and this happened.
Yeah. So the editorial staff at IGN went and penned up like a big letter about how this was corporate overreach and has subverted their editorial autonomy, which I had to go and reread that word like 8 times. And like, does this make sense to write down here? But
yeah, it does. It makes
yeah.
sense.
Fuck Ziff Davis. That's really shitty to do.
Yeah, fuck the company that owns IGN or whatever.
Yeah. Like, also, you watch your fucking... they should watch their back, because like so many of IGN's people would leave in a second.
Well, yeah, they're already like not a great company. to
Yeah.
work for.
But like, think if like Greg Miller decided one day he's just like, you know what? I'm upping Kind of Funny's like reach.
Mm-hmm.
And like, because Kind of Funny is arguably bigger than IGN now. And
Yeah,
that's where Greg Miller came from.
Yeah, arguably it is.
Yeah. And like, I'm sure
surprised-
fucking
I'm
Brian
surprised
Altano
nobody's-
would
Yeah.
instantly go like, yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with my old friend,
Yeah.
my old like work buddy, and then
Well, and it's
Max
like-
Scoville would follow because he's Brian Altano's
yeah.
little bitch.
Well, and the thing is like, IGN and Kind of Funny are still operate in the same city, so
Yeah, they're both in San Francisco somehow.
it wouldn't even be difficult to.
Like, Greg
move
Miller's like,
everybody
I'm leaving this company. I'm down the road. See you later. I'll come back and visit every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm surprised Kind of Funny hasn't kind of become a video game website at this
I
point.
think it's because they don't want to.
Yeah, they don't want to have like a.
I'm just gonna
huge
give me a
staff.
second here. My dog's just barking and it's showing up on my thing.
Yeah, I can hear it a little bit. But
I'm gonna go see what she's dealing with.
Okay.
Penny. Okay. You whore! Could you have walked inside faster? What? You could have walked inside faster.
Eurovision's happening right now, apparently.
Whoa. That's garbage. It was my
Is
sister.
it?
She was showing up.
Wow. Did you scream at her?
Yeah, I was
You
like,
like-
you fucking bitch! I'm up here working!
We average like 5 fucking views a week up here. I don't know what you're fucking.
I'm famous, bitch!
I love the idea of like pulling shit when you're nobody.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Do you know who I am?
Also, as soon as someone asks, do you know who I am? It's like, no, but I know you're an asshole now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although like I 100% would do that as a bit because I think it's funny.
If I was like a famous gaming personality,
Yeah.
like a Twitch streamer or something, and I was at like TwitchCon or something, I think it would be funny to do because arguably everyone
should.
around me is much more famous. Like if I was averaging like 200 viewers a stream or whatever, which is good numbers for like
Yeah.
a streamer, but it's like imagine saying that and then like right behind me is like Tim the Tap Man.
Yeah.
Who gets like
Honestly,
50K.
we should stream, dude.
Or
should do it.
Hassan, who is currently right now streaming with almost 30K.
Yeah, we should go to TwitchCon and make out with Hassan.
Oh man, love it. I think I'm not hot enough for him though, but
No, I'm not. And also neither of us are porn stars.
yeah. So
There's nothing wrong with dating a porn star. It was just a joke that he's dated multiple porn stars.
has he?
Yes. That was the bit.
Oh, okay.
What I was doing. He dated fucking
God, I fucking wish there's a guy. Is one of Logan Paul's buddy. His name is Mike something,
okay.
and he was Let me just see here. Mike Majlak.
He dated Janice Griffith, by the way. This is the porn star that he famously dated for a while, but doesn't anymore, but still has her on the show sometimes.
Oh man. Well, oh damn, he just he just his life is on a downward spiral right now.
Who is the Mike guy or
Yeah, Mike. It says I'm on some fucking shitty website, and it says the downfall of Mike Majlak, exposed for cheating, ignored by Logan Paul. The entire drama explained. I don't need to read it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But who was he dating? I think it was another porn star, like a very famous one that I just can't remember the name of right
Was
now.
it Riley Reid?
Lana Rhodes.
Lana Rhodes.
Yeah. And there was they went to like one of those like smaller streamer houses, but like the guys who are less like hype beasts and more like the weird kids who are getting huge.
Yeah.
And like they pissed him off, and he was like walking back to his Lamborghini or something, or like his I don't know, some expensive car, and they they called out because they weren't trying to be mean to Lana Rhoades, but
Yeah.
Mike was clearly one of those dudes who's like, yeah, I'm dating a porn star. I'm very uncomfortable that she's a porn star. I just like that she's hot. So they like made a joke about the fact that she's in porn to him, and he was like, fuck you, and he was like, yeah, go have Jake buy you a new car or something.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think we should start streaming more together as friends and lovers.
Here, wait,
you could do a pool stream at your home. Oh wait, no, you fucking moved. Rip. I still haven't seen your new house. You've moved like for a year.
1 second.
What?
Okay. All right. So I found the clip, and he doesn't actually say anything about her being in porn. But what he says is he's about to get into like this fucking like supercar, and he says we're not all fucking made of money. And one of the Nelk boys is just like, all right, bye Mike, bye thumbnail. Yes. So
That's funny.
That is funny. Anyways. Back to the news.
Back to the news. This is just a PSA to everybody out there. This past week is the 20th anniversary of Mulholland Drive and Shrek 1. And you should watch both back to back.
Is Mulholland Drive...
David Lynch, yes.
Is it related to Twin Peaks?
It was originally supposed to be a spin-off, but it's completely unrelated.
Okay, because recently I was like...
Other than they're both by Lynch, right?
I was playing like Apex with like Blake, and I just joined the Discord, and they were just watching Twin Peaks.
Yo, Twin Peaks is so good.
It's all right. I thought from afar, like Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah.
When he had his hair slicked back. Well, he has his hair slicked back in the show.
Yeah.
And I legitimately, like, when I first looked over, I'm like, is that Rob Lowe from Wayne's World 1?
That's wild.
Yeah, that's what I think of when I see a tall, skinny man in a suit with slicked back hair.
Yeah, I fucking love Twin Peaks, dude. It's so good. It's so funny. Yeah. It's like weird as hell. I love it. But Mulholland Drive is much weirder. And it's a movie, and it's great. It's actually fantastic. I'm not here to be like, yo, watch this Garbo movie. Like, Mulholland Drive is amazing. It's just super odd, but it makes sense. Like,
what's actually we were talking about Kind of Funny a minute ago,
and
I just went and looked up. Like, I just wanted to get like a little information. Kind of Funny really just went and did the IGN formula, but with less people.
Mm-hmm.
And it works. It works better because IGN has like all these personalities, but then like writers behind everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, fuck IGN. The employee should go do something else at a cooler company.
I don't know. Yeah, like, it's tough out there for entertainment people.
Yeah. Video game writers especially, considering they are constantly bullied by their user base.
Yep.
Hey, you gave this game a 9, but you gave Fortnite a 9.5. I don't play Fortnite, and I don't appreciate those kind of games. But you should respect Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, or like the real one, which I also think this is funny when people say it, but you also can't blame this on IGN as a whole. Yeah. But the better than God Hand bit.
Yeah.
Because God Hand got like a 3 or 3.5 something like that.
It was always funny because they wouldn't find like obviously good games. It's like, oh yeah, well, like Fortnite's better than God Hand.
Imagine Party Babies.
Yeah, it was like bad games like Cooking Mama, but the one for the Switch that like used your Switch for Bitcoin mining.
Yeah. It gets like a 4, and it's like IGN thinks this game's better than God Hand.
Yeah.
But IGN did do like a 10-year anniversary or 10 or 20-year anniversary, whatever it is, of like the God Hand article. like to be like, no, God Hand is good actually, and we know.
They handed it off to the wrong.
Yeah, they handed it
reviewer.
off to a guy who like played shooters or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, but that was at the time when it was like, oh, who do we have here like working at IGN? We have the shooter guy, the RPG guy, and the strategy guy.
Or
and
even the action game guy is playing Resident Evil. Or whatever.
or the action game guy is like, there's like an action RPG that he's playing that was requiring all of his time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was because IGN turned 25 this year.
Yeah.
So they, did some shit.
All right. So now let's just take a moment and say fucking R.I.P. Kentaro Miura.
Yeah.
He passed away at like 54.
Yeah,
which
he's
is
a
pretty young.
sudden heart thing.
Yeah.
I got to see immediately memes of like, the girls with the time machine where it's like, I'm your granddaughter. No way. Boys with the time machine. It was them going to Kentaro Miura and being like, hey, take more time off. Go get your heart checked. Yeah. I guess there was a new gacha game announcement and he couldn't handle it.
Idolmaster. It'll kill you.
Yeah. But on a serious note, it's a bummer. He was one of the most talented manga men out there.
Berserk is an incredible piece of work. It's one of the best manga ever made. Apparently, his assistant's going to try to continue it, I think was the vibe.
I hope at least the
assistant
story
tweeted out,
structure is fully done.
The assistant tweeted out, like, I'll do my best, or whatever. Just, like, vaguely, but it's pretty clear that's what...
I really think that I think the stories... Because I don't know where they are in the story, because I don't read Berserk. I should, but, I'm always going to be an asshole about it.
I'm not caught up for Berserk. I read up to the end of the Golden Age, like, up to the Eclipse, and I fell off. But it's not that it's bad or anything. It's just, like, there's a lot of Berserk, and I fell off of it. But Berserk's great.
Yeah, and it was one of those, like, deaths where literally everyone, like, all various manga artists came out and were like, Jesus Christ, no.
Yeah, I think Miura was an assistant on an older mangaka's, like, famous manga.
It wasn't, that I read that story, actually. He wasn't that much older. Miura was 18, the guy was 19.
Oh, okay.
So he came in and he was like, all right, let me see what you can do. And he was like, can you like copy this? Like, let me see how like you can handle my art style. And he did it, but his art looked better than his. And he was like, you fucker. And he's just like, this is crazy with how amazing this kid is. And then he showed him like the sketches of Guts and Puck.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is just something I've been coming up with.
When Miura was transitioning from paper to digital, which was supposed to save him time, he would zoom in and do pixel by pixel.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a bunch of other. Oh, the coolest thing to me.
Yeah.
Was that thousands of people in Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh yeah.
Went to the hub world, went to where the Dark Knight like area is, and did like a candle vigil.
Yeah.
Because the Dark Knight is obviously
like very
if you have a Dark Knight in media and they have a big sword, guess what? It's Guts.
It's Guts. Yeah. I mean, freaking Cloud from FF7 is clearly like a bit of a
the entirety. If without Berserk, we would not have Cloud Strife. We would not have Dante.
Mm-hmm.
We would not have Dark Souls.
Nope.
Like Dark Souls literally rips off so much.
We wouldn't have Drakengard or Nier.
So manga artists such as Kazuo Okato, the Blue Exorcist author, we wouldn't have that. Hajime Isayama, the guy who made Attack on Titan, wouldn't have that either.
Mm-hmm.
They one of those dudes who inspired everybody.
This is a massive loss, not just because
it was
of
Hajime no Ippo.
Oh, Hajime no Ippo. Yeah, he was an assistant on Ippo. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a huge loss, and not just because of like the cynical way of like, oh, the story won't be finished the way we should. This is a huge loss because the world has lost like a legitimately great talent.
I'm glad that no one, like, I still haven't seen people bring it up and going like, so anyways, who's gonna finish it?
Yeah, like
Like, it's just his assistant came out and said,
I'd be fine. I'd be
Me,
fine if it
but-
just stopped, or if the assistant just like kind of not rushed it, obviously to fuck it up.
yeah,
but
I don't
to
want
try
to
to just bring it to a close.
I
Like
I really don't
relatively
want
soon.
anything to be rushed,
No.
but like maybe also just put out the outline or get like or
Yeah.
punch it up, make it look like a book. Like just put like a light novel, and then put the light novel out of what Miura has originally written for the ending, and then work your way through it yourself.
Yeah,
for
something
the art.
like that. Yeah.
Because what if your art's inferior, or you make changes that just pisses everyone off?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that's going to happen. Like the art's not going to quite be as good because again, he is a unique talent. But like again, I don't want to rush it, but I think bring it to a close like relatively soon. Don't make it, have to sit on life support type deal.
Yeah. Like the thing, and also we don't know, because this was a very sudden, like we didn't know what was going to happen, but like there's other manga artists like Oda, creator of One Piece, has said that he could die before One Piece finishes.
Yeah.
But he has assistants. He has like his number one assistant, who I think is like 10 years younger than him or something.
Yeah.
Who he's like this, like he knows the plot as well.
Yeah.
So if I die, he
I
will
think
continue
Berserk
on.
is longer running than.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, than One Piece.
Oda's
but
46 and started in 1992. Berserk started in 1985.
80. No, I don't think it started in 85.
Okay, his years active says 1985. I just made an assumption.
Yeah.
Started in
I think it's
1989.
89. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more because Berserk was kind of at the start trying to be a little bit more like a Fist of the North Star style book.
Well, everyone was.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
But it's like it grew.
Yeah.
With
Everyone
its
was trying to be
author,
Fist
it
of the
grew
North
so
Star
much better.
until Dragon Ball showed up and like
Yeah.
fucking JoJo.
Again, I highly recommend if you've never read Berserk to go into it. Trigger warning, there's a lot of violence, there's some sexual assault, stuff like that. At the start of the book, it is kind of an immature book, but once you get like 3 or 4 volumes in, you're like, oh shit.
Well, it still starts incredibly dark. It's just that it goes from being dark to being like
dark in an edgelordy way.
Like,
yeah.
I remember seeing this thing. It was supposed to be like an inspiration for writers.
Yeah.
Sort of deal where it was someone was like, hey, if you ever think your dark story is too bleak, just remember Guts was born out of a woman's corpse in the middle of a battlefield, and he had to like fight
hanging
his
from
way
a
as
tree.
a baby. Yeah, he literally plopped out and landed on other corpses.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, it's incredibly dark, and then it gets happy, and then it gets bad again.
Yeah. That Golden Age storyline is so fucking good, dude. But we shouldn't harp on this for a while, but R.I.P. Miura, again, like truly a one of a kind talent in manga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
makes me want to catch up on Berserk.
it's like Miura, like the top.
Yeah.
I would say like, based off of my knowledge, it's probably like the top people is like the top most like famous in Japan would probably be Miura, Araki, and then Oda.
Yeah, like I would say, but I would say like
Oh, and then Akira Toriyama is probably up there as well.
yeah, but like Miura, I would say like if we're talking about Miura, you would want to. I would put Miura less with like that group, and I would put him more with like Naoki Urasawa, Junji Ito, like that sort of section of like these people are their names are kind of the thing. Like they're putting out lots of different stuff that's like them. You know what I mean? Like
I would put JoJo Man up there.
Yeah, maybe Iraqi's up there with them.
I just
but,
think
like,
that
you
he
know
has
what I mean.
less. Like Junji Ito, really easy to say. Miura,
Yeah.
pretty easy name to say. Hirohiko Araki is
Yeah.
just a bit of a mouthful, and also JoJo is like super popular in Japan, is not
Yeah.
popular anywhere else because it's a rough
Well, it's
series to get
super.
into.
It's really popular here now.
Oh, now it is, yes,
Yeah.
but like it was a hard thing to get into back in the day because before the
Yeah.
2012 anime started, it was like, oh, how do I get into this? Well, you can go read a classic manga that just looks like Fist of the North Star but gayer. And then
Yeah.
it can, and then as you read through, they progressively get more and more twinkish.
North American JoJo fans were really just people who played Heritage for the Future.
I don't know what that is.
That's the old fighting game.
Oh yeah,
That was really it. It was like, this is based on a thing I have no access to.
yeah, which is crazy because like they put out a
Had-
game in 1998.
Have you heard of Diesel?
These nuts?
No, Diesel.
No.
So Diesel is a comic book by somebody that came out in the 90s
Yeah.
that like only lasted like 2 issues. And it is just a fucking ripoff. This person read JoJo in Japan, but it wasn't available in the West or whatever. He got some scanlation or whatever. Like, he got some bootleg translation copy that nobody had access to, and then turned it into a comic book. Google Diesel comic. It's so wild.
I'm trying to find it. Diesel 1997 shameless JoJo's Bizarre Adventure ripoff.
Yeah.
I don't like the art. Looks bad.
Yeah, like, it's pretty wild, man. It's like the 90s, but it's like there's stands and shit.
There is, yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's called that. Like, it's like there's no oh, when you search this up, there's some Tyson Hess stuff. But the old one or whatever, like, it's seriously like it stands. There's like an old British house.
Yeah.
A vampire.
There's a woman.
Yeah.
There's a dog. I wouldn't be surprised if the dog dies.
Almost certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. This
American JoJo before America got JoJo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the news.
That's everything that happened this week that I don't know, isn't boring or whatever. That was worth typing, I guess. Army of the Dead came out, but I'm not watching another Zack Snyder movie.
I'll watch it like drunk and with like my entire Discord if
Here's
they want to
here's my
watch
thing.
it.
Much like how a Justice League movie doesn't need to be 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Because of the subject matter doesn't require 4 hours of film. A movie about people fighting zombies in Las Vegas doesn't need to be 2.5 hours.
It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah. It could be 2. It could be 90 minutes. Truly.
Oh, did you see the funny thing with that movie though?
Oh, they replaced Crystalia with Tig Notaro, and everybody
Yeah, but
thinks
they
Tig
just-
Notaro's so good.
They just put it was Crystalia's body still because the whole movie was like done by the time that happened. They just put Tig Notaro's face on him. So the people who
Wait,
are
that's
acting, the people who are acting in the film are acting against Crystalia. Tig Notaro came in afterwards.
Yeah, well, I knew that, but I didn't realize. I thought it was just that, like, they locked off the shots of her and just edited her in, but she was never
I
there.
believe I heard that it's just a face, but you know, things can change.
Damn.
I'm trying to find a trivia part of here to see if I was right.
Tig Notaro is
okay.
way cooler than
Here,
Crystalia.
it's the very first thing. It's Crystalia filmed his role along with the cast in the summer of 2020. Stories broke about him pursuing underage girls for sex and sexually harassing them. Zack Snyder hired comedian Tig Notaro to replace D'Elia. Notaro was filmed alone and inserted into the film for all of the scenes D'Elia was in via green screen. Okay, so they did put her entire body over, but I still wish it was just her face. That'd be funny.
Yeah, that's what I figured, because it's easier to do the entire body. Like, it's like more work to just do the face.
Yeah.
And like would look worse.
Tig Notaro was like a weird one. Like about like her career. It's one of those people where it's like, oh yeah, of course, Tig Notaro. It's like what she's been in, one thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's like a comedian. Like that was her whole vibe, except for like the thing that was based on her, right? Which is that one like One Mississippi or whatever it's called.
Which was probably about her, one being a lesbian, two having cancer.
Yeah.
Getting like a double mastectomy or whatever. Is that what it's called when you lose your boob?
Yeah, it's a mastectomy.
Yeah. Oh, she was in the Sarah Silverman program.
Oh yeah, probably. Lots of people were.
Well, no, I mean, like I'm looking at her credits.
Oh yeah.
She was in 9 episodes. Her character's just named Tig.
Whenever
common credit.
When I hear that show, it reminds me of like the Canadian version of that show in my mind, like effectively the John Doerr television show.
Okay.
That show was really good. I remember that being really good.
Yeah.
He had a mug that was a titty.
There's people who just hate Sarah Silverman.
I don't know why. I don't think
she has like a pretty annoying voice, but that's like why hate someone for something like that? Also, it's a unique voice. Maybe it's because we all saw her in School of Rock, and we're like, what a bitch.
Oh right, yeah, she's a bitch.
She's he's his roommate's shitty girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie's good. You know that movie was directed by fucking Richard Linklater. School of Rock. I don't
know what else.
He did
Linklater. Oh, he did Boyhood.
Yeah. Like the same guy.
Yeah. Let's see.
Which means he might have been directing parts of Boyhood while like
absolutely.
A year or
He
so
started Boyhood a year before
School of Rock.
Yeah, because Boyhood it's 12 years. The movie came out in 2014, and
School of Rock's from like 2005.
2003.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, we did Dazed and Confused. Forgot about that.
Yeah, Dazed and Confused.
Slacker.
All the Before movies. And then
he has a lot of directing credits.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, Bernie. Oh, that movie.
He did A Scanner Darkly.
Yeah, I don't know that one as well. I know the name, but that's about it.
Alex Jones is in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, because that was like back in the time where it was like Keith Austin weird, and Linklater's like a very Austin guy, so like he had Alex Jones in a couple movies.
Yeah.
To be like a crazy dude because he's like crazy and funny.
Man, I want to watch High Fidelity again.
Yeah.
I like that movie. Did you see that? I'm on Jack Black's Wikipedia right now. Oh, not Wikipedia, IMDb. And he's voicing Claptrap for the Borderlands movie.
Yeah.
I hope they don't just be like, Jack Black, just be Jack Black in Claptrap. I'm like, no, just give him the robot voice.
Wow, Ian. Very brave to assume that you'll even see the movie and care about what happens in it.
Once again, just like Zack Snyder's whatever the fuck that shitty movie is called, I already forgot it. I will
Army
watch
of
it
the Dead.
Drunk. There is no good casting in the Borderlands movie.
Not even Cate Blanchett?
No. I like Cate Blanchett, but I don't think she's good for Lilith.
I think it's funny how many of the people in Jumanji are in that.
Yeah. Also, Kevin Hart as Roland is the worst casting. Like, full stop. Roland is not a funny character. He doesn't have one funny line. He's like a fucking military man. He's incredibly serious. He has a deep voice, and Kevin Hart has like a little baby voice. Also, Jamie Lee Curtis, love her. Not a great Tannis. Not a good pick.
But she's a gamer.
Yeah, Bobby Lee.
Jamie Lee Curtis. The fact that Jamie Lee Curtis cosplayed as Vega is so cool.
They also recast or like gender bent a villain.
Who? Wait, Handsome Jack?
No, Nox.
Oh, who cares? It's not the villain that is the only interesting part of Borderlands.
It's like the best villain in Borderlands 1, but like...
Handsome Jack's the most interesting villain, though.
Oh, no,
Like,
once Borderlands 2 came out and Handsome Jack showed up and I'm like, oh, Damon Clark, just call me an idiot for hours.
Yeah, he's great.
There's a fucking bit, you know the diamond butt stallion thing he has? You know there's a part in Tales from the Borderlands?
Yep.
Where you shoot the horse and and like as like you're threatening someone and the horse starts bleeding.
Yeah,
you thought
I
it was
played
a
that
statue.
game. I played the game. Tales from the Borderlands is legitimately the best Borderlands game.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. It's so funny. I would stream that with you. I want to see what your choices would be and where you go.
I just want to play games. Like, I get that. I think the Tales from the Borderlands games are closer to like something I'd actually want to play, but just so much of it is sitting and watching.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah, I'm sure
you would enjoy it. Like, dude, it's fun, and that game's you probably already own it because it's been free.
Oh,
on,
I
every
think
service.
I do.
Yeah, I'd want to stream. I think that would be fun to stream you and me because I want to see your reactions and what choices you pick and which characters you like. It's so fun.
I know a lot of them already, but
yeah.
Well, actually, I don't. I know some jokes, like the part where there's like a ghost.
Yeah.
And he starts fucking around with like Chris Hardwick's character.
Yeah.
Like he like sticks his hand through where his groin is and be like, haha, look, dick arm.
Yeah, well, it's like spoiler alert. The big thing is like the main character, who's Troy Baker's character, gets a Handsome Jack's like backup digital ghost in his head, kind of like in Cyberpunk.
Oh, okay.
Very similar, but years before. But yeah, it's like, and so there's like a ghost of Handsome Jack with him.
The fuck is Great Minds with Dan Harmon?
I don't know. Probably a podcast. Anyway,
No,
let's talk about
show.
Oh, is that the show that Dan Harmon is selling as an NFT?
No, I don't know. This is from 2016. It was on the History Channel.
Oh, then I don't know.
It's Dan Harmon and his assistant, who this guy, I think is his DM from like all the other stuff he does.
Yeah.
Spencer Crittenden. It's that they go around and they create famous clones of people in history. So Clone High, but in an interview setting.
Okay.
And introduce them to I guess it's like an improv show because like they just say like, come on, be this character and act like how you would think this person would be like Jack. But the reason why it came up is because Jack Black played Ludwig von Beethoven.
Oh.
Which is whatever.
That sounds like a really lame show.
It does. That's why there's only one season, and it was a History Channel show.
Jesus. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that like the biggest get you could get is like a writer of a different TV show, like not even an actor.
Oh, they had Andy Dick on as John Wilkes Booth, but they had Ron Funches as Idi Amin.
Oh, Idi Amin.
Gillian Jacobs as Ada Lovelace. Thomas Middleditch as William Shakespeare.
Oh, Thomas Middleditch, ew.
Aubrey, you don't like him?
He's a huge piece of shit.
Is he? Aubrey Plaza as Mary Wollstonecraft.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Pudi as Buddha.
Hell yeah.
Paul F. Tompkins as Edgar Allan Poe.
That's perfect casting.
That is. And I'm just going to skip some of these and go to the ones I care about, such as Nick Kroll as Sigmund Freud.
Okay.
Kristen Schaal as Amelia Earhart. And
that's perfect.
Sarah Silverman as Betsy Ross and Jason Sudeikis as Thomas Edison. There seems like some good episodes here, but the show itself seems like ass.
Well, it's like history trying to do a take on drunk history, and it's like, this is the wrong channel for this to be on.
Also, Drunk History already exists and is a better show.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen this show, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
But
Thomas Middleditch. This was a recent thing. This is what I didn't know.
Yeah.
Is that he sexually harassed women at a Los Angeles-based goth club. Which sounds like a fun place to be.
That's so sad. But like, imagine, like, that's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
That's like extremely pathetic.
Yeah.
But apparently Thomas Middleditch is the kind of guy who's like, do you know who I am? And it's like, bro, you're fucking nobody.
He does have one of my favorite jokes, though. It's, he did it on The Meltdown with Jonah and Kumail.
Yeah.
Where the whole bit was that he was a white guy, but he was born and raised in China.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, where the whole bit is
an
making people...
excuse to be able to do the jokes.
But the bit is about how uncomfortable it makes people feel.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, this is wrong and we shouldn't be doing this. He's like, why? I'm not going to do the voice. But he's like, why? It's my voice. I'm from China. What's wrong with that? This is how I speak. Mandarin's my first language.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks that he's an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ignore it for now.
I'd love to go to a Los Angeles goth club.
Yeah. Love to go anywhere, to be honest.
Yeah.
Love for movie theaters to be open.
That'd be great.
I'd love to be able to see Fast and the Furious when it comes out. But guess what? Fuck me.
I'd love to be able to physically touch my friends again.
I can do it without people touching me.
Too bad, bitch. I'm giving
you
a
get
big
one
fat hug next time
you
you
get
see me.
one. Okay, yeah. So let's get into the weeks.
Let's get into the weeks, folks. I bought Mass Effect, but I haven't touched it still because I work and I'm too tired to pay attention to video games anymore.
Nathan's one of those people.
Because I've been playing games and listening to... I've been playing, like, Returnal and listening to a podcast.
What podcast?
That's my thing when I get home. 420 Day Fiancé. I think that show's a bit funny. They talk about... They get high.
They get high and watch 90 Day Fiancé?
Yeah.
I fucking hate shows like that. It's just so wild to me. Like, there's tons of people who are like, oh, I love those shows. I love The Bachelor. I love Survivor. And I'm like, why? It's literally like...
Because it's trash and you get to see bad people.
Yeah, like, I think fucking Hassan does, like, a thing where he watches, like, an entire episode of 90 Day Fiancé with his chat and just reacts to it.
Damn. Yeah, like... They're great. It's Miles Gray and Sophia Alexandra. So, like, one of them's from Daily Zeitgeist and the other one's from Private Parts Unknown.
Yeah.
They're both really funny.
I don't know. Maybe I should try one. I don't think I can watch the... You know what? I think it's because I'm by myself. I can't watch those shows by myself.
I don't watch the show. I just listen to the podcast and listen to them comment on it.
Yeah, I get that. Because, like, I'll listen to, like, episodes of How Did This Get Made? Or
for movies you haven't seen or whatever.
Yeah, or fucking watch, like, reviews for, like, Red Letter Media stuff for shit I've never seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to talk about my week.
It's a Twitch show. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so I mostly just been reading comics on my train rides. So I am caught up on Nightwing. So I'm going to talk about Nightwing and Batman, and then I'll let you do something, and then I'll talk about a different comic that I read this week. But yeah, so Nightwing. Last time we left off when I was summing up Nightwing and my little foray into Batman, so I have context for Joker War. Batman had encountered Punchline and Joker and all that jazz, and he lost all his money, and Joker had it.
Okay.
Yeah. Joker got a bunch of billions of dollars because Joker knows who Batman is. The pitch of Joker War, I don't think I mentioned it last week. The pitch for Joker War is like, Joker gets a bunch of Batman's money and Wayne Enterprises and all that shit, and he knows everybody who's in the Bat family. He knows their identities. It's just he didn't care, right? But now he's like, I'm going to use that to make one big thing. And so, like, yeah, he gets all Batman's money or whatever. What that means for Rick Grayson, because remember if you remember, the last thing I said about him is that he got brainwashed by the Court of Owls to think he was a Talon, but then he got, like, kind of unbrainwashed where he has both sets of memories and he doesn't know who he is that much.
Yeah.
is that storyline kind of happens again where Joker's like, you were my sidekick, Dick Grayson. Your name is Dickie Boy. Because I couldn't... Dan Jurgens, who is a good writer, couldn't come up with a better name for a Joker sidekick than Dickie Boy. Which is too bad, because he's done other great shit, like he invented Booster Gold, so Dan Jurgens is still a really good writer, but like, you know, whatever. But obviously the interesting part of Joker War is Batman's side. So Batman's side is like, you know, all his money gets taken, and he's got to fight the Joker, and so he kind of does. Joker takes over the city. Here's the thing with Joker War and James Tynion IV's run on Batman is that it comes right after Tom King's run, which I had been talking about for a while. I love that run. I think it's brilliant, all the way through. And haters of Tom King's run love Tynion IV's run, and lovers of Tom King's run tend to be like, yeah, Tynion IV's run is like good or it's okay. And that's how I feel. It's like good or okay. But it's just good. It's just okay. You know what I mean? Like, Joker War has somebody taking over the city so soon after City of Bane, dude. Yeah. It's like less than a year real time after
just
City of Bane.
Fucking leave Gotham.
Yeah, like it's less than a year real time after fucking Alfred died in City of Bane, right? Which was the big thing. And then we've got this whole fucking thing. And it's again, none of it's bad. It's just okay. It's just fine. Like, if you love Joker War and you're like, Joker War's fucking sick, good for you. Like, I'm not saying you have terrible taste. It's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. But I don't love it. I really liked... I did like... They invented a new character called Clown Hunter. And I liked him. He's pretty cool. He's like a character who wears like... He's wearing like a shirt and tie... But he's got like a fucking mohawk and like a sort of like face mask with a big X on it. And he like uses a baseball bat with a batarang tied to it to kill anybody that works for Joker because he's the Clown Hunter. And he's cool. I was like, that's a cool character. That makes sense. That he's like, I'm going to fucking murder anybody that works for the Joker because they deserve it.
Nice. And they
do. Right? Yeah. That's a cool character. I liked a lot of the Harley Quinn stuff that was in that book. It's fun. I love Harley. And she's super cool. The ending of Joker War I did really like. Because it's one of those like, will Batman save the bad guy or let him die? And they do something you wouldn't expect. With that. Which is, Harley forces Batman to make a decision, and Batman chooses to fucking let Joker die.
Eat shit, you fucking clown.
Yeah, but then they have to like, oh, he got away. And it's like, fuck off, just have the balls. Like, because the point that's being made is like, how can Joker fucking top this? He's taken over the entire city. He sent fucking bat drones, all of Batman's tech to fuck over people. He bought every movie theater in the city to Joker gas everybody. Like that was what he was going to do. He knows all of the identity of all of the fucking Bat family, right? Like, how can he top this? Because that's his whole thing, is he keeps having to top himself. And like, if they just had Joker just be dead because like, he can't keep going. This is the most. You know, like, what's he gonna do next? Just fucking nuke the city? But they have him live or whatever, which I bet means he's gonna come back later in Tynion's run and do an even bigger thing, and it's gonna be boring, or fine, or good, or whatever. You can like this run. It's just I prefer Tom King's run because it's like a lot more fun and funny, and like has a lighthearted side to Batman. It's also super weird that this book kind of forgets about Catwoman completely for a large chunk of it, where it's like, you know, they're like in love, right?
You know, they like actively fuck.
Yeah, they're
like they
got
him.
married. They got married, or was sort of. They almost got married in the Tom King run. Like, that's a story about them. Like, this is
it was a
happening
love
right
story.
after. Yeah. But Tom King got to kind of continue his take on those characters in his 12-issue Batman/Catwoman, which I'm going to wait till the trade because it's a 12-issue. I would just wait till it's done, and then I can read it all at once. But apparently the Phantasm from Mask of the Phantasm's in that book. But yeah, anyway, Joker War's okay. But then the real treat is I read the first 3 issues of Tom Taylor's run on Nightwing, because that's all that's out so far, which just started this year. It started a few months ago. And fucking my god, is Tom Taylor's run on Nightwing so good, dude. Like, the jokes are there. The fucking tone is there. The art's great. The story seems pretty cool.
Nightwing?
Yeah, he's Nightwing. It's Dick Grayson.
Okay, wait, but 1 second. Does it follow the same storyline where at one point he was Rick Grayson, or?
Yeah, he was. It's just keep going. It's just we've gotten back to he is Dick Grayson, he is Nightwing, he has all his memories back. Because after Joker brainwashed him, he got all his memories back. Like, he had a crystal, he looked at the crystal, he broke the crystal, whatever. Fucking who cares? But yeah. They truly, like, after Dan Jurgens' run, just were like, fuck it, it's back to normal. Like, here, you can have good Nightwing books back. And, like, this book is great. Like, there's a joke right at the beginning, which, like, got me, that's a reference to this, the Rick Grayson part, which is, there's a bunch of people that are, like, there's a bunch of dudes, like, just being shitty in Bloodhaven, fucking kicking a dog, right? And, like, Nightwing shows up to stop them, and one of them pulls out a gun and points it at the dog's head, and Nightwing, while beating them up, is like, you were gonna shoot that dog in the head. Next thing you know, the dog will have lost all his memories and become a cab driver. And I truly believe that animals should not be behind the wheel of a car. Like, it's so fucking funny. I was like, there you go, perfect. That's Dick Grayson, baby. He's back. Like, and Barbara is hanging out with him because she's not Batgirl anymore because, like, her spine got worse. She can still walk, but, like, she shouldn't be jumping from fucking rooftops.
Yeah.
So, like, she's over, and she, like, leaves the house, and cops show up to, like, because one of the people, like, Dick had interacted with the night before had been murdered, and cops show up to his house, and he's like, hold on, can I make a call for 1 second, when they are accusing him? And it's like, hey, Babs, can you come back? I'm being accused of murder. Like,
that's funny.
It's super fun. It's like, honestly, dude, just like grab issue 78 of Nightwing. Like, if you want to go on like digital storefronts or whatever and check it out, just start Nightwing at issue 78. It's like a fresh start. It's going to be like, oh, this is fun. Oh, there's some feelings. Oh, this is an interesting storyline. Like the next 2 or 3 issues. Like in one, Nightwing gets pickpocketed successfully when he's doing something nice by a bunch of kids, and then Barbara is like, oh, I've already sent it to the Bat family group chat, which is like funny in and of itself. And then she's like, oh, ignore those notifications. You know, Cass just goes crazy with emojis.
Yeah.
Which is like,
nice.
Yeah, Cassandra Cain would, because she's like partly mute, right? She doesn't talk very much. So yeah, it's I love it. It's my boy back to true form. Like,
it's back to being kind of a comedy.
It's a fun fucking book. Like, it was all the shit Rick Grayson was worth it for how fun this is and like how nice the art is. It's great.
I have a thing as well.
Yeah.
Not about my week, actually. This is just something I meant to write down for news, but I forgot. Twitch has decided to fix their hot tub streamer problem.
Could argue that it's not a problem, but sure.
By moving them to their own category.
Mm-hmm.
There is now a hot tubs, like hot springs and beaches category.
Yeah. And I like their statement where it's like, it's not illegal to be sexy.
Yeah, it's a good take, but I wish they did that take, 5 years ago when like, oh, you're showing too much cleavage, because prior to this, Twitch had rules about how much titty you can show.
Yeah.
and they got really extreme with it, where even they were saying like if a man showed up on screen shirtless, they were also banning for that, which is actually kind of good. It goes both
I wouldn't
ways.
say that's.
They're not saying female presenting nipples or anything.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that's good. Like fucking, I don't know. Are you really so offended by a fucking shirtless dude? Have you never been to a beach?
No,
or a pool?
not at all. I think that it's a really hard turnaround from like 5 years ago being like we have to like everyone needs to dress like they're in Japan right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think what it is because
Money.
The quiche. Yeah,
it's the
Hot
cash.
Tub
Amaranth
Streams
is
make
killing
so
it,
much
and
money.
Twitch therefore
And she's
is also
great.
making.
Have you seen her videos with Code Miko? She's funny, man.
Okay,
She's
maybe
cool.
I'll go check them out then. Because the only thing I know of her before was that she was like when Jessica Negri was like popping off, she was also there. Just no one knew her as much.
Yeah, I think Jessica Negri's cool too.
Yeah, but then I saw a clip of Ludwig's girlfriend fucking furious about hot tub streamers. Not because not at the women. It's more furious that the concept exists, because she will be like chilling late at night on like a just chatting stream, watching like YouTube videos, wearing like a hoodie, like being all comfy, and people would show up in her chat and be like, "Hey, get your tits out."
Right, but that's not really the fault of the hot tub stream. Like,
no, it's not. It's not the fault of the act. I wouldn't say it's a fault of the streamers. Like, I'm not gonna. She's not blaming.
I wouldn't even
She's
say
blaming the people who made it popular. It's like when, like, you can complain about VTubers because that was the previous thing people complained about, because they were like taking revenue from people because they're the hot new thing. But like you can't.
That's just how it works. Like that's how.
But no one was harassing other streamers to be like, "Hey, get your fucking anime version of yourself out here."
Yeah, obviously don't harass people, but like, hey man, you want to do being sexy in a hot tub for a stream? That's chill. Do what you do. Do what you want, man. Fuck it.
If you want to go and fucking waste your money on someone just being hot in a hot tub, go for it, buddy. Yeah. But I would recommend. There's websites where you can see more.
I think some people are like, I'm more interested than this than Chatterbait, because I don't want somebody to actually
I like the part
say
of Chatterbait
explicit to me or be explicit, but I want to see titty.
I like the part of Chatterbait where they're all dressed all sexy and they're in a compromising position. But then once they start masturbating, I'm not into it anymore. I like the casual conversation going on.
Yeah. I think really hot tub streams are for like it's porn for people who've never even had a hand job. Where they're like, I'm physically uncomfortable by actual sex, but I want to see a hot woman.
Or more just like they're casually horny all the time.
Yeah.
Like they're just like, I don't want to jerk off right now, but I would like to be titillated.
Aroused.
Yeah.
I want a boner. I don't want to come.
I want a semi.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to take my dick out of my pants, but I want to look down and see a bulge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want something I can watch so I can take a dick pic.
But yeah, I want to take like a casual dick.
Because you don't want to.
I want to take the gray sweatpants pic right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Or like, because you don't actually want to take a dick pic where you're fully hard, because that like looks weird. You know what I mean?
Well, what if the person receiving wants a big angry dick?
Yeah.
What if they're like really into dicks?
Maybe that's not that many people.
I don't know. There's these women on the internet who I pay to say things. Seem like they're pretty into it.
Dude, I know like this is like a thing that's dumb, but I would fucking if there was a place that I could send photos of myself to be like, hey, do I look good? And get like legitimate, honest opinions, including dick pics of like, is this a decent pic?
The free version of it requires that you just have to watch one 30-second ad to send a normal pic, but if it's a dick pic, you have to pay for the premium version, which is like $2 a month.
Because the real answer is to have a female friend that you can really trust.
Did you or hey?
Then
or the
like
boys,
is chill.
or
No,
the boys. Come on,
dude, the boys
saw
don't
this
know
one.
the boys don't know what a girl wants. You know what I'm saying?
I saw this one meme. It was about boys in the group chat
Yeah.
being like, "Oh man, I'm so nervous. This girl asked for a dick pic. How does this one look?" And they like sent. They were like, "Oh, he's like." He said it in the group chat of like, this chick asked me for a dick pic. I don't know how to take a good dick pic. And the boys in the chat were just like, just send one to us and we'll tell you and we'll give you tips. And like, there's people who was like,
That's wholesome.
yeah, it was like, hey man, I see you're using your hand on your shaft. Move that out of the way. She wants to see the full shaft. If you really want to like prop it up a bit, do it from underneath so you can't see. And it was just like people coming up with like how to take a tasteful artistic photograph of your cock.
There was a great Nikki Glaser episode of that.
Yeah, probably.
But it was like there was one where it was like an entire house. It was so funny. Like it was like legit like fucking doing a bunch to the photos.
Yeah.
And they like recruited people through the fake Tinder profile they made on that show.
Yeah. Here's the
Which
thing.
was funny.
I would just want like, you know, in a non-sexual friend relationship.
Yeah.
If I'm sending dick pics, I feel like I don't like, you know, obviously it's not like for a horny reason. I just kind of want one back from the other person for blackmail purposes. To be like, hey, I have this one. Like, you get to save one image of my dick if I'm ever an asshole, but I get to save one of your vagina if you're ever a bitch to me.
Here's a question, Ian.
I
would
like,
say most dick pics you can't tell whose it is.
It's a Mexican standoff. Yeah, but what if I had like a tattoo there? Or what
How
if
would
like
I know
took
that you
it
had
and
a
you could
tattoo on
clearly
your
see
dick?
my fucking flag behind me? Who else do you know that has this flag?
Yeah.
I take a dick pic like this, where it's just like
the tattoo joke though is how would I know you had a dick on your or, how would I know you had a tattoo on your dick?
I don't know, because I send dick pics to the boys.
That's true, man.
Or I don't know, maybe you can see like clearly like the bits of my tattoo here, and it's like who else got?
I think yeah.
That's what my mom called them.
What?
My mom, you know, not a very nice lady sometimes. When I got like the tattoo, she was like, "That's kind of faggy."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
my lovely
that's
mother.
Gross. We don't condone the use of slurs here on the podcast. Don't worry about it.
No, absolutely not. Unless, no, don't do it.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah. Don't have a gamer moment.
I think we should convert our friend group into a polycule once COVID's over.
Okay. So that was the thing, is that when in the house search group chat,
Yeah.
we get like, you get a bunch of fucking people back. They're like, "Oh, we don't want to rent it to you because we want to rent it to a family." And I'm like, "Bitch, you're still getting the fucking money. Who cares?"
That's so annoying.
And I messaged Ryan. I'm like, "Hey, just say that we're in a asexual polycule."
Yeah.
And then the next time, he obviously didn't. But the next time it came up where they were like, the next person also said the same thing. I'm like, they just don't respect our modern relationships. They're so old fashioned.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, convert the group, man.
Well, be in an asexual polycule.
No, I didn't say
fucking
asexual.
you.
It's a polycule, bitch.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Convert the friend group into a polycule where we're all fucking. If our entire friend group was fucking, dude, we could burn down the Capitol easily.
I don't want to fuck my friends.
Or burn down the Capitol? Come on, we could do it.
And also, it'd be hard to convince, like, you know, the people who are already in a relationship.
This is kind of a bit, but also I think it would be funny.
I think, you know,
I think that'd be cool if we could all be in one big relationship where we were all fucking everybody and we all suddenly were pansexual. That'd be rad.
I saw this guy on TikTok who was like advocating for people to you can if you and like 20 people bought like a compound up north.
Yeah.
You could like very easily cover like the mortgage and everything, but then it's like, yeah, but then we have to live together for a long time, and if one person wants to leave, we're in a very awkward position.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a nice concept, but it would never work out. You'd have to be very legal about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, one of my family members was like talking about, oh, if you want a place, you should like buy a place. And I was like, well, I want to live with some, like, if I move out into an apartment, I want to have like one other person living with me because otherwise I'd be extremely lonely. Just not be able to talk to anybody, right? That's why, because I could afford to probably move out into a 1-bedroom,
Yeah.
but like I would be so alone. You know what I mean? Like, I think I would be like kind of depressed and shit.
See, like that's I don't know. I'm just on like different. Like I feel like I would enjoy a 1-bedroom, but also
no.
I do a lot of socializing via the internet.
Yeah, well, I don't like our group chat hasn't been blowing up the last few weeks, and I'm like, I'm pretty lonely.
Because the group chat was for like Among Us.
Well, but there was a few group chats for a few different things, but yeah, like I'm pretty lonely. But I'm also not a reach outer directly, so that's why I don't know. I would need a roommate.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm also not a good
I
reach
won't.
outer.
I wouldn't cook for myself alone. So if I had a second person, I'd make dinner for both of us. Type deal.
I do that all the time, but like I just get in moods where I'm like I don't want to cook. Like I fucking bought like a pound of ground beef because I was gonna like form them into patties because I like those patties better than like the frozen burgers and shit. It's made, it's made 2 for a weekend, but like I was gonna do it, but then the meat expired yesterday, so pretty much I had to form them yesterday and put them into the freezer. But I was just like so not into the idea of doing any work and cooking, so I was just like, I'm not going to now.
Yeah, but like the problem is like I literally never cook for just me, like other than like maybe a grilled cheese fucking sandwich. You know what I mean? Like, but I won't like cook a real meal for myself.
Yeah.
But if there's somebody else there, I would. So that's also why I would want a roommate because I would cook them dinner because they deserve love, but I don't.
Well, it's also more like for me with cooking, it's like I'm a good cook, they aren't.
Yeah.
Like my mom, my mom decided to be very
cook.
nice and left me like some chicken, some peas, and like some roast potatoes. The roast potatoes were garbage. The peas were just boiled. Like that's how I'd make peas as well. It's just, I don't want to reheat them. And the chicken was plain as fuck. There was nothing on it. I'm like, this sucks. Yeah. So I took it and I ripped it off. It was like half a chicken. I ripped it off, like all the bone, made shredded chicken, tossed it in some cumin and chipotle powder, threw it back into a pan to crisp it up a bit. And then I had some of my homemade spaghetti sauce left, or pasta sauce. And I just threw that in. I threw that in a pot. I made some rotini, some noodles, and just made like a chicken pasta really quickly. And it was better than anything she could have made me.
I was gonna say
my mom's idea of putting meat in pasta is still ground beef and only ground beef.
I would say that what I would do if I didn't like it is the classic: go to the fridge, get piri piri sauce, put it on the chicken. And
it's just like I don't really like eating meat off the bone either because it always just annoys me.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be better to take it while it was cold and just tear it off with my hands. Yeah.
Yeah. When you and the peas, what I would have done is fucking thrown some paprika and maybe some cayenne on them.
I'm fine with plain peas. I should try that actually to try and spice them up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got some what's it called? What's the name of the spice? Fuck.
What color is it?
It's not like a regular spice. It's a pepper. It's like a hot pepper, not cayenne.
Chili powder.
It's like a Mexican one, I want to say. It's what's it called?
All I know is cayenne.
Okay. I don't remember what it's called, but it's it's a very sweet spicy pepper. It's really good. I'm gonna remember it later. I'm gonna go upstairs and look at it and be like, fuck me. But yeah. So what'd you do this week, Ian?
Well, I've played all of Mass Effect 1
Wow.
As I always do, I finish games too quickly.
Yeah.
But no,
And
Mass
I'm
Effect
slow
1
boy.
is still awesome. That game is so good. And also, all the changes they've made are just okay. But like there's one that's really great. And I
Yeah.
talked about it last week
It's
a
the
bit.
character creator.
The character creator is better. I didn't bother. I just went with basic ass Jane Shepard though, because I think she looks great and I'm not going to make anything better. And also, the character creator still has the problem of when I go and make a new character, like a custom character, the face becomes very plain and undetailed. But when you use basic male Shep and basic femme Shep, they have like hyper detail. They have like pockmarks in their skin and shit. Like, there's the pores. It's like Kiryu versus like a fucking random dude you get one sub story from in Yakuza.
Right.
So like I'd rather be Kiryu and not the random guy. So played through all of Mass Effect 1. I don't know why. I think this is just about personal growth for me.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley should never survive.
Okay.
So I know you haven't played Mass Effect 1, but you've played 2.
Yeah, she was with me because like the default thing
She is
for
the
Mass
default,
Effect 2 is her. You keep her.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? Why do you keep her? Oh, yeah, you keep her. No, so you keep her if you play as male Shepard in Mass Effect 2
because it's implied that
yeah.
you were in a relationship with them before.
Yeah.
So because Liara is like the wild card, but usually you're supposed to go for the other human.
Yeah.
But Ashley in Mass Effect 1 is straight up the whole time like, I don't trust aliens. I think they're bastards. I think they're all out to get us. And they just think they look down on humanity. Humans have only been in space for 35 fucking years.
Yeah.
They have all the right. Asari discovered the Citadel 10,000 years ago. Turians have been there for 5. Solarians have been there for like 3. And Solarians also brought in the concept of specters to the council. There's a reason why they are the council. They've been there for so long. And then humans show up and they instantly think, oh, we should be making decisions about the whole galaxy. Also, you should be giving some of your planets to us so we don't have to go to the outer rim of space. But of course you don't, so they go to the outer rim of space. But then the council goes like, we're not going to help you. You went to the outer rim, idiot. Humans are being colonizers even in the year 2284, as they always are. But Ashley, racist the whole fucking time. She has one quote in the story where you're trying to like talk to her. She's like, I don't trust aliens. If you're walking out in the forest with your dog and a bear comes at you, you would sick your dog on that bear and just run away. And that's how I feel about aliens. I'm like, oh, cool. So you just called them animals.
That's chill.
And also, fuck you. I wouldn't do that to my dog. Because
Yeah,
my dog's not going to do much to stop that fucking bear.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be sad while it chews on my dog. And also, I'm the bigger prize and it knows it could eat me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, because bears can run up to, like, 40 miles per hour? Like, fuck that. I'm dead regardless. I'd rather die knowing I tried to save my dog instead of I threw my dog at the bear sliced it apart once, and then ran at me. But then Caden, the man I've been killing by choice for the last 14 years... His story is about how he's a biotic, so he has a crazy brain implant so that he can use the space magic. And he tells you about how his first encounter with an alien was a Turian who was an absolute prick.
Yeah.
And for a long time, he hated that dude. And he's like, if all Turians are like this, I would hate these people. But then as you go and talk to him, you can straight up say to him, like, so you don't like aliens? He's like, no, they're all fine people. If I hated one person based off of the actions of, like, if I hate an entire species based off the actions of one person, I would hate humans.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, Caden, you're the nice one.
I think it's just that people don't like his vibe.
I don't like the way his face looks. He's like a very boring design.
Yeah.
But he's absolutely, in modern times, the better choice.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when he reacts, his way of reacting to you in Mass Effect 2 is a lot more chill. Like he kind of like he goes like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad that the rumors are true that you did survive and it's not someone running around with your skin like your skin on their face."
Mm-hmm.
It's sick. And then you go to like shake his hand and then he goes like, "But you're working for Cerberus and you did all the side quests in Mass Effect 1 where we found out that Cerberus are a bunch of fucking monsters."
Yeah.
Mass Effect 1, sick game. Love it. The space cops thing is a bit too much. Like Mass Effect is very much government good, military good, bureaucracy bad. And it gets even worse in Mass Effect 2 where Garrus becomes the Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, also, did I talk about the Mako change last week?
Yeah, I think you did.
About how it's worse?
What?
The way they changed the Mako and how it drives is worse. Because the Mako is a combat vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
The way you should control the Mako is kind of like how you control Devil May Cry. Because think about it in Devil May Cry. If the camera is facing that way, if I'm facing like there's the camera. This is how you're watching me.
Okay.
I'm facing this way.
Yep.
When you press on the controller for me to do like I don't know that fucking what's it called? That move where you like you use it if you hold back from the way Nero is facing or Dante, the launcher.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do it that way. You do it from the way the character is facing.
No, it's a dedicated button at all times. Isn't it?
No. It's based off of your character's position, not the camera's position.
Oh, I thought it was always back.
No, it's back from where how your character's standing. So, but the Mako is the original options is that W will always make it go straight based off of the direction like or holding forward. Like up on the stick or pressing W on the keyboard, you will always go where the Mako is facing. And then A and D is like turning it on the steering wheel. So W is the accelerator or holding forward is the accelerator and A and D is turning the steering wheel.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like the Warthog in Halo.
No, because the Warthog in Halo follows where your camera is. Like when you go turn left or right, the vehicle you can use the going left and right as well to like do movements.
So it's tank controls.
Yes. Pretty much. And the Mako is a tank. But because the way combat works in Mass Effect, you need to be moving the Mako at all times. And and you can't do any damage to the turrets which fire like actual bullets at you and missiles. If you're standing still or driving directly at them so you can shoot them, you're just going to get hit. So using the classic tank controls is better than the modern hold W, use the mouse or the right stick to determine which way you're going. You'll understand more when you actually have to use the vehicle.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like it's just
I've not heard people say that. I've only heard people say it controls a lot better.
It does control better because it's a little more sensitive. Because before it was like, oh, let me press the key, and it's just like, fuck you, buddy. Eat my ass. You gotta hold it a bit.
Dude, okay, so when I got my copy of the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, fucking Purelator, missed me because I wasn't home. So then I go to Purelator, and then they give it to me in a giant box, and I'm like, why the fuck is it in a giant box? And I pull out the game, and the game's fine. I'm like, okay, why the fuck is it in this massive box?
Oh, he's gotten up. He's gonna go get it.
EV Games gave me a free poster.
Oh, yay. That's a nice poster.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's a bigger version of the box art for the Legendary Edition, where one side of it is really blue and one side of it is very red, because the Renegade and Paragon system. Spoilers for a major part of the game?
Yeah, dude. I hate it when people say shit spoilers when it's like nothing.
Bro, are you really telling me that you get to change weapons in Nier? Oh,
bruh.
Spoilers.
Yeah, man.
So
I love that Nier Collector's Edition I got, dude. It's so cool. It has
There
the
were-
entire script for the game. Did I tell you that?
No, you didn't.
Oh, it's got the entire script.
Honestly, the most impressive part for Mass Effect 1 to me is that I was still finding new shit to do. Like, there was stuff I hadn't done in the original game.
Damn.
Yeah.
You played it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I did. That's the surprising part. Yeah, the game feels great. The fact is that I can use any weapon instead of having to be locked to using a shotgun or pistol the whole time. I'm glad they changed that. But yeah, that game is like a 9.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I'm also now like halfway through Mass Effect 2.
Mm-hmm.
That game is more story heavy. Like Mass Effect 1 only has like 7 story missions.
Really?
Yeah, like you go to the beginning of the game on Eden's Prime, you go to the Citadel, and then you have already recruited everyone. Then you get your 3 missions you have to do, which is go to Pharos, Novaria, or the planet I can't remember the name of where you recruit Liara. And then after that, you go to Vermeer, Ilios, final boss fight.
Everything else is in the side missions.
Yeah, Ilios and final boss are technically the same level, or like I would consider one mission, because once you're on Ilios, you can't leave. You can't go back. You don't go back to space. You instantly go to the Citadel and do the final section of the game.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you finish Vermeer, if you have other stuff to do, don't go do a main story mission. Like, do all you can if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
I was so powerful by the end. Like, I was literally like level 58. With the max level cap is 60 if you use the classic leveling shit, which you can take it down and only go to level 30, but you still get all your points. So pretty much they made it so that you can get to max level within the main game story instead of having to do side content and being under leveled by the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I was I had like the best gear. I was just the game was so fun. I literally thought I was gonna blaze through it and be like, I don't like Mass Effect 1's not that great, but then I did everything.
That's cool.
Yeah. But then Mass Effect 2, I'm not gonna talk much about it because I'll wait till you probably get through Mass Effect 1.
But also I've played fucking 2.
Yeah, but it's it's not changed at all. It's the same game. The Paragon and Renegade actions are bullshit.
Yeah.
The fact is, remember, okay, you know my favorite moment? It's where our Let's Play channel fell apart.
Yeah.
When you're going to recruit Thane on Ilium, and you go up that elevator, and there's that guy who you can, like, interrogate, and then you get and he says, I have nothing left to say to you, and if you do the Renegade option, you push him out the window, and you lean over and say, how about goodbye? That is cool, but the man you do it to is a villain. Arguably, he is a murderer. Why is it a renegade action to kill a murderer?
Because he's unarmed.
Yeah, but in a second, if you don't kill him there, he just starts fighting you. So
Then
either I
it's
kill...
bullshit.
And then there's like other stuff as well where like it's a renegade action to like... There's this one robot in
It's a renegade action to sabotage that helicopter when you help Garrus.
Also a murderer.
That one's like not even that bad because like I guess you hit a man on the back of the head, but you don't kill him.
No. You stab him with
you?
you take like some electrical thing and you stab it into his spine and he goes, "Ah!"
Then I totally misremembered that.
No, you straight up like stab that man in the back and murder him. It's a dark thing to do, but you're doing it against a villain. Like, it's not like punching the reporter in the face or like punching a random person in the face
Ian,
or cutting someone off.
Are you saying that as long as somebody's a criminal, it's okay to do whatever you want to them,
No,
including murder?
as long as someone is a murderer. In the context of this game, yes. In real life, no. Because this game is very pro-police, like bureaucracy is the reason why bad guys get away. Like Garrus is literally the Punisher.
Yeah.
But it's also like, why would I stop Garrus from getting revenge on a man who killed 10 of his like brethren? Like he sold them out. Like, you know, it's just there's renegade actions that don't make sense. Like there's one in the Overlord DLC where you shoot off this robot's arms, not in action, it just happens in the story, and then it's just walking around the room and it's like tweaking out because it's like, oh, I'm trying to function and move my arms, but they're not responding. And you get the option to pull out your pistol and just bam in the side of the head and destroy the robot. Or if you just let it happen, I had Garrus on my squad, he just did it for me. The robot's not a person. It's like, why is renegade actions too often in the Mass Effect series are just like, hey, would you like to do something cool? Get the evil points for it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's dumb. But like, binary choices are always dumb.
Did you finish Mass Effect 3?
No, I didn't.
Well, there's a part with Kai Lang. It's like when you finally beat him in the end, where he tries to like stab you in the back, and the renegade action is that you do a spinning backhand, shatter his fucking like katana he has, and stab him with your fucking like tech blade, and you say that one's for Thane. How is that a fucking renegade option to kill the man who killed your friend?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, shut the fuck up.
It's dumb, Ian. The only game that does them right is fucking Infamous 1 and 2.
Yeah, because Infamous 1 and 2 just went batshit crazy with it.
Yeah.
But then also had the really good touch of, hey, you have like a spear power. You can headshot people and murder them, or you can take out their legs. It's harder to do that, but at least you're being a good person. I think the real problem...
And the story is like it'll do like the Spider-Man 1 thing of like, do you save this bus full of people or your girlfriend?
Yeah, but that's also not like an evil option to save your girlfriend.
I mean, you let a bus full of people die.
Fable had a really shitty one. Fable 2.
Yeah.
Where that whole game is like you can be cartoonishly evil, but then the final end has like, the 3 colors.
Yeah.
Where you can choose
we talked
blue.
about this.
Yeah, you can
$1
choose
million
blue and like, revive everyone. Or it wasn't $1 million. It was like 500,000.
No, I think it's $1 million because I think I did it on one of my playthroughs.
I did it because it's an achievement.
Yeah,
and I just really liked Fable 2. But there was a way to make money faster than that, which was
I know, but I never figured it out as a kid.
Oh, I figured it out as a kid. So I just
it's landlording.
It's landlording because you can set the rent to be like plus 200% or whatever the fuck.
You can do some like weird fucked up shit with it.
And then and then you go to your Xbox store, you go to your Xbox shit, and then you put the rent, and then you
time.
like you advance the time on the console by like a full year, and you come back in. It's like, oh, here's $3 million. Game's busted. So I would like what's the problem with Mass Effect?
What?
We're cops.
Yeah, that's bad.
I think look at like Mass Effect 1, it's such like what
so
is this
here's
universe?
what okay.
Yeah.
So here's my suggestion.
Yeah, no, hit me. I've been talking for too much.
Video game about being a space pirate, but then the rest of it features all the good features of Mass Effect.
It's Firefly in Mass Effect universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes. Yes. Make the fucking game.
Let's even like have Nathan Fillion show up as like the original captain of your ship or something.
Yeah.
And like have him be the Keith David role.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. The problem is because Mass Effect 1
because I want to fight the government.
In Mass Effect 1, everything looks so utopian and perfect because all you see is like the Citadel and like and maybe Novaria, which is very corporate, but still is like no one looks miserable. And then in Mass Effect 2, it's like, let's go to Omega. where there's pirates everywhere and the world's a fucking nightmare and like you can actually be stuck in a shitty place in this universe. Like there's actually poor people and it's bad. And I'm like, fuck yeah, amazing. This isn't a utopian. This is a more complicated universe. Amazing. But then it's still like, oh, but you're cops. You are cops. Garrus is now the Punisher, and he's out there killing people because he didn't like he couldn't go back to the Citadel because he was influenced by your Spectre ways in Mass Effect 1. Mm-hmm. And he decided to go and kill a bunch of people.
So yeah, I want a game where I don't care if it's in the Mass Effect universe, but I want a game where I have my fucking spaceship full of space pirates, and we go fight against a corrupt government, or just try to eke out a living in a place where we're not accepted.
Yeah. Or I would like a game. I would like a game where the Garrus's whole thing of creating a merc squad to kill bad people isn't because he was a cop. It's because he just hates bad people.
Yeah.
Don't make him the Punisher because the Punisher has to have the backstory of being a cop. Just make him a fucking hardcore vigilante. He was at one point, wasn't he? Wasn't he a cop and then like dirty cops killed? Oh, he was a soldier. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Let's just like keep cops out of it. Let's have a corrupt cop be on our team, but he's only considered a corrupt cop because he was actually a cop who was like following the rules or some shit.
Or like
he was like the clean cop with a bunch of dirty cops, and then he gets framed, and then he's like, you know what, fuck you guys, and he becomes a villain.
Yeah, or it becomes they're the villains, and we fight against a corrupt society.
Yeah, or fucking like there's so many characters you recruit, especially in Mass Effect 2, where it's like, who's Jack? She's a convict that became like a murderer because of like her shitty childhood upbringing. Or who's Thane? He's an assassin because he is.
Yeah.
And he has like a very religious component to him where he's like, yeah, no, I pray after every victim because I pray for myself. Or Samara, who's like bound to a code and kills people, but she has to live with, like, she lives with, like, the regret knowing she killed people, but she also tries to excuse it by it being, like, a code thing.
Yeah, but, like, what I'm saying is fucking space pirate thing would be cool. I would like a game like that where I get to space pirate.
And also, no, keep it in the Mass Effect universe. Let's remove the Paragon. Let's keep Paragon and Renegade actions for, like, the things, but go on a reputation system like they had in Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah, or like keep Paragon and Renegade, but they mean something now because you're a criminal.
Yeah, like
right?
Are you a Robin Hood? Are you just a dickhead?
Right, it's like, are you doing these crimes and are you brutalizing people while doing them? Are you taking enjoyment in doing violence on people, or are you a good person in a society that necessitates criminals, right? That's not equal, that doesn't have an equality, right? Like,
yeah,
you know, and that's why you're a criminal out of necessity and out of rejection of norms, right?
I think the real problem with the Mass Effect universe is that obviously you're going to want humans in there because they're going to make you play as a human. Yeah. But humans, the Mass Effect 1 and 2 and the first Mass Effect trilogy all happens within the beginning of humanity's place in space. There's no like Star Wars The Old Republic shit. It's like literally this is you are the first like military people who are in space. And the thing with Mass Effect is I wouldn't want the baggage of that universe. I would just want like a new universe to do a different space story in. Well, I don't know. I'll have to wait till I get to Mass Effect 3 again, because maybe we could just jump 200 years in the future post first Mass Effect. And then even then you could have like Liara, an Asari who is only 106, who creepily they kind of talk about her like she is like 14 compared to most Asari, but you can bone her. Like they say, or no.
I saw a clip 17 on TikTok where it was like Liara's like, "Oh, I'm only 114 or whatever."
She's 106.
And like 106. I'm only 106, and then like Ashley's like, "Wow, I wish I look as good as you when I'm your age." And then the streamer, I think it was like one of the guys from Kind of Funny, is like, "Shut the fuck up, Ashley."
Yeah, no, but you could have like Liara or like maybe Rex, or I don't know how long Turians live. But like, a character who's like, let's get a Rex, because I think Krogans can live to be like 500 or something. Turians live to be exactly 150 years old, so they would be dead.
Yeah.
But I believe Krogans live to be like 500 or something.
You could have those guys that say what their mood is before they talk show up.
What?
You know those guys who are like, angry, do not go
Elcors?
Yeah, those guys are fun.
I love those dudes. There's a dude in the games who is apparently 1500.
Oh, there's the character who's like the DLC character in Mass Effect 3 who's like the last surviving member of the doomed race from before.
That's different though. He was in a cryogenic sleep.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't actually know how. I know Solarians are the ones who die the fastest. They like their max age is like 35 or something.
Well, yeah, I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
Yeah. They don't live very old, which is crazy because they're like incredibly smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could definitely have like Rex, who I think is like 300.
Hold on. I do have a question about that.
What?
Did he come up with that himself based on I am a very model of a modern major general? Like, did he watch that human show or musical or whatever, Pirates of Penzance? Did he fucking watch Pirates of Penzance? Or did Solarians, like, in their culture, wind up creating an almost identical piece of media with a slightly different song in it?
I would say that one.
You think that one? You think two people on two different planets at two different time periods made up Pirates of Penzance?
Yes.
That's dumb.
Oh my god, Rex is 1400 years old.
Damn.
It says that Rex was alive during the rebellions, and in the Mass Effect universe, Mass Effect 3, it takes place in 2186, so it says... What? Okay, that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Whatever. But that, yeah, Krogans live for a fucking long time. So you could definitely have like a Krogan or Grunt from your buddy in Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, he's cool.
Maybe we could have him. Steve Bloom can come back.
He's like, I don't know what even being a fucking the Krogan is, because like I was born in a fucking vat.
I'm like 2 days old when you take me to go do my puberty test.
Yeah.
You know what fucking sucks actually?
What?
I'm a completionist. I like to finish things within the realm of achievements and stuff. So I'm playing on Steam.
All right, Gerard Khalil.
What?
All right, Gerard Khalil.
So I'm on Steam. I'm checking my achievements, see what I have left to do. I only missed one achievement in Mass Effect 1.
What is it? Is it beat the game in 15 hours?
No, they don't have a speedrunning achievement.
Oh.
Because, God, there's no way. Because I have 43 hours in the total Legendary Edition right now.
Yeah.
There is one to get all the primary codex things. And you can just get them by playing the game and by, like, talking to people. Like, there's only one that's missable. And it's at the start of the fucking game.
That sucks. And that's the one you missed?
It's the one I missed. When you're talking to Captain Anderson or Nihilus at the start of Mass Effect 1... you have to go through all the investigate, like, talking points and ask about Protheans to get the Prothean codex entry. You literally go to Ilos and talk to a VI created by a Prothean, and you can't fucking get it there!
That's dumb.
So it's the only thing I missed out of the whole fucking game.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. But we should brainstorm our Space Pirate game that isn't affiliated with the Mass Effect brand for when we make our own video game that one time. Eventually. Yeah. And it'll be like an RPG, and we will have different scales based on how much dream money we would have.
Honestly, if I was like a talented game dev and they were like, you can go, literally, you are the best game developer out right now. You can go work on any franchise. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go make a Space Pirate game in Mass Effect. That's it. That's what I want.
I also liked our 50s fantasy game that we did. That like
Oh,
that night
also,
when we were in your garage, just like brainstorming and like this is the fucking. That was fun.
also Red Dead Redemption, but you play as a black cowboy, and it's more about creating a settlement than just being a outlaw.
Yeah.
It's a more
Red Dead Redemption, but it's like in one town.
Red Dead Redemption, but it's more historically accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And accurate to like the films that are country films or Western films. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, let me real quick bang out this last comic book talk, and then we'll call it a fucking podcast episode.
I just after your comic book talk, I just have a piece of consumer advice for everyone. Mm-hmm. So we'll just get into that. It'll only take me a minute or two.
So, I read, because I liked the first 3 issues of Tom Taylor's run on Nightwing so much, I was like, okay, well, I want to read more of this guy's writing because I like his Nightwing, and obviously I'm somewhat familiar with his fucking 6-year run on doing the Injustice comics, which are apparently incredible. So I read his Suicide Squad run, which is collected as Suicide Squad Bad Blood, if you're interested, and I highly recommend it. Suicide Squad Bad Blood is really good. It's an 11-issue story that's like, it starts with like kind of the formation of one of the like lamest Suicide Squads ever. It's like Harley and Deadshot are there, but then there's fucking like Magpie, and it's like, really? This woman's just a thief. Like, what good is she? Right? And so like it's like they are assigned to chase after a group called the Revolutionaries, who are introduced to us as a team of superpowered people who like are essentially trying to stop certain things. What we see right at the start is that like Australia gets sold like a nuclear submarine, and they like try to get the general to disarm the nuclear sub, like the fucking reactor. He refuses to, so the teleporter like goes up to him on the stage when he's unveiling the fleet and grabs him and then teleports them up to the sky, and one of them is a non-binary person who has wings and catches both the teleporter and the general. And the general refuses to like listen to their demands, and they just drop him on the fucking splat onto the sub. And he's dead, which is funny. I think it's good. And then they like destroy the 2 non-nuclear subs that are there and steal the one that's nuclear and disarm it. And you're like, oh, these guys are pretty much good guys. They're just working outside the law or whatever. And they're cool. And then they fight the Suicide Squad. People on both sides get killed, but then the leader of the Suicide Squad, which is like this asshole who's taking over after Amanda Waller, who is like, this guy is much like less controlled and a lot more of an asshole.
Yeah.
And like kind of more sociopathic and like in like not a planning way like Amanda Waller is, in like an impulsive shitty way.
Yeah.
Right. And so then he's like, okay, all the revolutionaries, we've shot the fucking chips, the brain chips into you that'll explode. If you don't listen and join the Suicide Squad, you're fucked. And so then the Suicide Squad, who have just recently killed and been killed by the revolutionaries, have to team up with them, and they hate each other at the beginning. But then what the story winds up being is the squad and this new team come together and rebel against the government, rebel against the Suicide Squad as a team, and kind of go on the run and try to stop the plans of what they were, and basically ending the concept of the Suicide Squad in the thing. It's like kind of the last Suicide Squad story is like they get out, which is super cool. I'm not going to go into how it happens or like what happens to what characters, but Harley and Deadshot are fucking great in this. All the new characters on the Revolutionaries are really likable. I really like, there's a character named Jog who is a speedster, but he needs to take rests.
Oh.
And he's like kind of a chubby guy, which I think is fun. He's great.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was also just like going through Snapchat because Blake sent me a Snapchat of Daxter.
Aw, cute.
He just said "dirty little boy" because I guess he went on a hike today and he took Daxter into Daxter fucking goes for water.
Yeah.
and he just walks out of the water and just shakes off right in front of Blake.
Oh,
But one of my other friends, he's at the Cincinnati Zoo in Ohio,
mm-hmm.
and he found there's a mural to Harambe there.
That's funny.
Or it's like a little information thing. This is like about
Because
the
that's where it
tragic
happened,
death.
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it is.
Damn.
Yeah.
Rip. But the Suicide Squad it's 2019 comic, only 11 issues. The collection is called Suicide Squad Bad Blood. It's really good. I love what they do with Deadshot. It's really good. There's an issue where they meet Batman, which is funny.
Yeah.
It is really, in a lot of ways, they give a lot of emotional weight to Deadshot in the story, and I really loved it. It's like it just works. Like
That's
I
good.
thought it ended because it got canceled, but no, it's like literally it's an 11 issue story and it's done, and they don't need to make another fucking Suicide Squad comic after this. I'm sure they will eventually, but this like burn down the status quo and here is an ending to this concept. It's super good. It's really funny at times. But it does have like that emotional heart that works, man.
That's good. I'm
Captain
glad you're
Boomerang shows up.
reading some good old comic books.
Yeah. And I just got this bad boy, The Immortal Hulk, which I just started reading today, and it's pretty cool. I'm not going to go into it, but it's really good.
I'm sure I'll hear about it
You will next week.
regardless of
Like,
how
I'm
feel
gonna get
about
obsessed with this. It's like this is a really fucking good book. It's like it dials Hulk back into his roots of being like a horror character. He's like not a superhero. He's a monster.
Is that the one where you said the immortal? Is that the one of the ones where he ends up being the maestro, or?
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm early into it, but I know it's like more like the rules of what the Hulk has changed somewhat, and like a lot of the time you're seeing like if Banner gets murdered or dies or whatever, it's like it takes until nighttime for the Hulk to Hulk out, and so like in the first issue, like a store gets robbed and Banner, a 12-year-old girl, and the guy behind the counter all get shot. And so, like, Banner's a John Doe, and then, like, at nighttime in the morgue, he wakes up and is the Hulk and fucking breaks out.
He wakes up as the Hulk?
Yeah.
Ooh. Rough.
Yeah. The thing that grabbed me onto the series is there's a page of things from later on. I don't know what the context is, obviously, but there's a page where it's the Hulk waking up in different places that are clearly, like, suicide attempts. So it's like the Hulk with a noose around his neck under a tree, or like the Hulk waking up out of a bathtub that's
But
like
so he
electrocuted.
comes back when reawakens as the Hulk after the death.
Yeah.
Bruce Banner eventually comes back.
Yeah, he turns back into Banner like normal after, but like
Okay.
yeah, because Hulk is like immortal. But like yeah, so that page of like these suicide attempts and Hulk just like waking up wordlessly in the aftermath of a suicide attempt, and just like a full page of it. I was like, that's a fucking cool idea for a book. Like,
I really like parts where, like, you know, things where there's just like there's no writing, there's nothing.
yeah,
Like there's some things in like in Chainsaw Man that I just
really
hope there's a part where there's a snowball fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want there to be no audio during the actual anime. I don't want to hear kids laughing. I don't want to hear any sad music. I just want it to be nothing.
Damn.
And it's because it's one of those things where you just got to let it sit.
Yeah. I think what it'll wind up being, if it's an intense scene, is that it's going to have no music, but it's going to have its sound effects, the small sound effects, dialed up really loud, like footsteps.
Okay.
You know how they do that when something's really dramatic, where it's like you can hear the footsteps in the snow, and it's like the only noise?
Or like a heartbeat or something would be good, because
yeah.
the thing with Chainsaw Man is that Denji doesn't have a heart anymore.
Yeah.
his heart is, well, he has a heart, but it's like formed with his dog, which is why he is Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. I just think like the heartbeat noise behind a thing is like kind of kitsch. I don't know.
I just think it works with this. Yeah, you're
Okay,
right. It is
yeah.
kind of kitsch, but I think it works in some scenarios. But anyways, I just have a consumer thing.
What?
If you're gonna buy a headset really quick, just before, go and Google how like headset won't turn on, and look at how it, like people's problems with it. Like research the problems before you're to get it, or you'll end up with just this fucking hanging around.
Oh, your headset's not working good.
It won't fucking turn on anymore.
That's not good.
Yeah, so whatever. I fucking am like, obviously I'm not using it right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't turn on. There's nothing you can do. I fucking Google everything, and no answers help me. Corsair just will be like, "Oh, you might be in bootloader mode. Are the lights on?" I'm like, "No," and it's like, "Then it's in bootloader mode. You gotta wait till the lights come on." I'm like, "But they fucking don't." So
That sucks.
and it's annoying because I had the previous generation of it for like 8 years, and the only reason why I bought a new one is because it was like loose in places and it was falling apart, and like the headset mic would just like flop around sometimes.
Yeah,
So I'm like, oh, I'll get the new one. And also it has like 7.1 Dolby Digital audio and all that. It was like
Yeah.
a better headset. I get it,
this
and then it
one's only
breaks
been
after 6 months.
good. Yeah, I've had this one for fucking ages, and it's good, but it's a USB one.
Yeah,
It's like a Bluetooth USB, and the mic
this
on
is
it's
also
not very
Bluetooth
good.
USB as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the mic on this isn't very good. Is the only problem.
But
I have a microphone, so
The problem with the fucking thing is I found a guy who he was like an electrician and like a little he was a dude who understood what the problem is because now I gotta pick it up again. I'll show you on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the charging port is. It's very small and it's also all black, so you can't see.
Yeah,
But in the charging port, it is sunken in a bit. So when you go to fucking put the like USB, the micro USB in to charge it, sometimes it just doesn't reach the connections, and then the actual thing inside is also not wired properly. So sometimes it just doesn't charge. It's like
pins
literally
don't
a
connect
poorly
sometimes.
made product that they sell for $200.
that's fucked. Yeah, I use, in case any listeners want to know, I'm using the PS4 Gold headset, which is like kind of a 5 or 6 year old PS4 headset. I'm using the Uncharted 4 limited edition version, which is blue, and it says Sic Parvis Magna on it somewhere.
So I had the silver version of that headset,
Yeah,
which means it's wired. So
Oh.
that headset, it's not bad, but the reason why I love the Corsair Void is because it has giant ear like parts. It doesn't go on the ear; it perfectly goes over, and it's very soft. Like,
Yeah,
because I
this
hate having
this
my
one can
ears
be
pushed in.
This one doesn't push them in. It's like pretty good, but because like the gold and the silver, much like the platinum and the PS5 one, there are slight changes.
I
to
would
the
argue
design
that
as
your
well.
head is also not as fat as mine.
I think we're pretty close.
Actually, it does look pretty similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just I just get very uncomfortable, especially when the time when I decided I don't like these on-ear headphones and stuff was when I had earrings. I'm not getting closer to the thing to do that.
I'm getting closer.
All right, big boy, get back to your seat. I had earrings and shit, so like when you have stuff on it, like you have this fucking metal prong here just digging into the side of your head. It was pretty annoying.
That sucks.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. This is the kind of headset I like, and it's literally not. No one else makes it like that, so I'm fucking stuck with it. I gotta fucking bother Corsair because I'm like, my product. I bought this from you guys, and it's dead, and I didn't cause that. This is your fucking fault.
That's lame, my guy.
Yeah. And I
Uh,
don't want to go to anything else. So I had to go to the fucking like drugstore because the
to
source.
buy fucking headphones.
Yeah. And I was like looking and I'm like, okay, I could buy like these cheap $20 ones. like, or the Sony like in-ear ones. I fucking hate them though. I don't like the gel jam it into your ear. It's not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I just bought AirPods. Well, not AirPods. I bought EarPods, but wired.
You bought that Apple headphones.
Yeah, and it wires into my mic. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just, do some research, kids.
Yeah. Pay attention. I don't know. Or just get those big colorful ones that every streamer gets for free.
Yeah, the Razer ones with the fucking cat ears on top.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Here's my question. Would you wear the cat ear ones like they are in anime where you could switch it to the cat ears are speakers and you could fucking blast them out loud?
If I had someone else in like the room with me, like if I had a
Yeah.
friend over or something, absolutely, so they could actually hear.
I'm not saying in fucking public.
Oh, I thought we were talking about it as a gaming headset sort of thing.
Oh, no. I meant
Oh,
like...
no.
Well, either. I'm saying like as regular headphones.
I don't think I'd wear it in public because also I don't really like wearing headphones going out. Well, I don't like headphones. In-ear is best, like
when
straight
you're
up.
outside, yeah, because
Yeah.
you don't want to look like a weirdo.
It's also just, it is better. It doesn't, I don't like sound canceling. I think it's unnecessary. Like, if you're at home by yourself, like, or you're at home, whatever, sound canceling, perfectly fine. When you are out and about, no. You should be able to hear what's around you. You don't need, if you're outside, you don't need to shut out the outside world.
Yeah, that's how you get hit by a car or
Yeah.
shot by a police officer.
That's how just you look like a dickhead.
Oh no, the cop's pointing a gun at him, but he's wearing his $2,300 over-ear headphones. Oh god,
no,
they're
he's wearing his
sound canceling.
AirPods Pro, and he doesn't have transparency mode on.
He's wearing his sound canceling headphones. Oh no. Hey, fucking stop! Fucking stop walking away!
Pew 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 pew.
Damn, dude. Fucking got.
Yeah.
And with that, I guess our podcast is over.
Yeah, it is.
So thanks so much for listening and / or watching. In case you don't know what I mean by watching, you can go to youtube.com/n8scomedy and you can see video versions of every episode of the podcast since episode 75. Or whatever episode it was. I don't even fucking remember. Before that, it was just a visualizer. But if you don't want to do that, you can still listen to us on everything, including like Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. Stitcher, if you're a Stitcher guy. There was a great Hard Times article about Stitcher, which is Stitcher rebrands to a dating app for fuck. God damn it, my brain's forgetting the name. Oh yeah, Stitcher has rebranded into fuck. What's it called? The social relationship with a fucking famous person.
Parasocial relationship dating.
Thank you. God damn it. Yes, Stitcher has rebranded into a dating app for parasocial relationships. Ha 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 ha. I've ruined the joke by forgetting the fucking name of the thing.
Yeah, like all the people who go like, "Oh, last podcast on the left." It's my whole life.
Yeah, or like Joe Rogan Experience.
Joe Rogan's only on Spotify now.
Oh shit, whatever. Fuck.
He got an exclusive deal.
Just think, man. If you could listen to Joe Rogan, or you could just do the drugs yourself like a man.
You know what's crazy, actually, now that I thought about it?
What?
Joe Rogan got bumped to Spotify, and then people complained about him being censored because they removed episodes that he had of, like, with more problematic guests.
Yeah.
Like, when they put them on. But now he keeps having guests on who are, like, COVID deniers and, like, crazy people who believe that the election was stolen. But, like, Spotify won't stop that. So be like, hey, no listening to Alex Jones, but here's another person who just says the exact same shit Alex Jones says.
I think the difference is that Alex Jones has seen some legal,
Yeah.
repercussions for his words and actions, and Spotify don't want to be associated with that. Anyway,
Yeah.
If you want to follow me, I am at The Media Hole on Twitter. I'm at The Media Hole on TikTok. I'm at twitch.tv/TheMediaHole. And www.whenyourballs.get-stuck-to-your-leg.tumblr.com. Excuse me. And if you want to follow Ian, you can go ahead and follow him at StrugglesV for practically everything. He's recently come under fire for saying that all aliens are inferior to humans. Hashtag human lives. only
Hashtag
matter.
Ashley Williams is right.
Yeah, hashtag Ashley Williams was right. Hashtag human lives only matter. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.